I trust self. I trust self. Okay, I trust self. We back again another week. We got a dope interview this week, man. Hometown. You know we had to bring it together eventually. Alpha Dog, man, one of the best hot dog spots in Raleigh. Really, North Carolina. I could say, fuck it. We're gonna just give you the whole tag, bro. You feel me? And
Yeah.
he dope. I mean, he just Hassan, man. He's dope. He's a good guy, man. Good person. When I first met him, you know, he had that Newark love for me when I first met him. He wasn't beat. He didn't want to talk. Hey, he wanted to talk. You had to get that. You got the right. He got the. I got. You know how you do. You get that cosign. I got that right cosign. That's all it took, man. And we locked it from there on, man. I appreciate that.
Word.
But we gonna before we let him talk, we gonna play a song from Dex, man. Antisocial. Then we gonna let him go ahead and talk his shit, man.
Couple days and on my feet, on the butt on my wrist. Roll a quarter out and still get the rest of my bitch. I can't never leave my club, be like Lilo and Stitch. I'm on my way to the top and I come from the game. I don't care about who he is, he ain't fucking with me. You ain't spend that shit and get back, it ain't nothing to me. You can't even be my bitch, you ain't bustin' to me. If you ain't put a pound and you ain't gang, you ain't covered. These nigga hoes is hard to see, I guess they bleeding well. My niggas won't pick up the phone when I call jail. Don't never question me, my shit was out of bitch through hell. I wish my brothers in that cell say great for real. Something, gon' pay your act, that bitch hanging on my rap tent. I talk to the streets, hop on these beats and start inspiring. Hey, you know well, baby girl, you just can't lie to me. Oh hell, that's how social people fucking my anxiety. My grandma girl seeing they get to say bye to me. Now I got so good at me, so you know it ain't no try to me. Better come with a billion if you thinking about outside of me. Ain't talking about no money, then don't even waste your time with me. I won't never go out bed, I shoot this bitch till it get tired. I'm about to see you, so now I'm doing all I higher. Like was shaking my dick, the one that told bitch be admiring. She so what can't have with me, this quality and that fly with me. That shit like you need no time to wait for happy. Stay in your place, I got these stick moves.
Yeah, I be trying to get people trying to get up.
Yeah, I feel you. Shoot, I'm still here. I'm up at 7, but I'm like laying in the bed, so I'm like, let me get up. Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Got on my ass, I had to go make some shake. My mama scared that I'm like that, she know I'm selling away. I only do it just to make my package elevate. So I can move you in the trail out to a better play. Make spice it up, make it try what you like. Yeah, like this pay up, these pussy that need makeup. Pockets heavy, get so weight up. Money long, go get so cake up. Pop my shit, I hurt my head up. Put my circle in my prayer. Running shit like I'm the man. Save a hoe, cause I'm too play up. In this day, you smoke a Zach, you could've been cute. I just can't for with your hoe.
You got Trill Dex, man. Trill Dex, man. Go check him out on all platforms, man. I'm gonna bring him to the shop. I'm gonna bring him over there to the spot for you so you can meet him too. But this week, man, Shelby, I'm basically turning my show into a business show, man. I'm glad Hodge was real adamant about doing the show with me, and because you know what I mean. Sometimes some people would be like, I deal with a lot of people before, and some people just they come in and they just got a lot going on. So it'd be like I don't want to overwhelm you, and I gotta learn to be more on my interview or be more on the person that I want to interview because it's about them and I apologize for that too, Hot. You know what I mean? I'll be trying to keep shit 100 with my show. You feel me? And we're gonna break it in like this. Man, how I got over there when I came over there and I seen I could create my own hot dog. Man, that was like one of the dopes. He let me do me. Like I was like, yo, I want to make my own hot dog, and he let me put it together. And I don't eat meat no more, but man, that hot dog I made, man, it was. I'm gonna send some pictures, man. Hopefully, we're gonna show some pictures, some old pictures, man. That's my joint, man. But get into the interview, man. Hodge, man. Give people a brief summary of where you from, man, and what made you start this hot dog business in Raleigh, North Carolina.
all right. Well, I trust self. I trust self. Thank you for allowing me to share your platform. You put out dope platform for podcasts, and I really enjoy your show and allowing me to come up here and discuss some things that I feel like that us black people should have that real discussion when it pertaining to black businesses and what's the responsibility that not only a black business owner has to their customers and customers to the business owner as well. So it's like a two-way street. A little bit about me. I am 44 years old, oldest of four kids, two boys, two girls. I'm originally from Newark, New Jersey. Moved here to Raleigh, North Carolina in 1989. So been here for a while. I've practically seen the city grow.
I was here too.
Yeah. So actually, Alpha Dawgs is my second business because I have one current business, which is McNeill's Touch, which is a mobile detailing. Which that been in business. I started that in the beginning of the financial crisis in 2009. So it's ironic that my second business, Alpha Dawg, was created and up and running in October of 2019. So you see how the nines are similar. Then we have two different.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Yeah, two different country tragedy. Like we had the financial crisis in 2009. Now we had the pandemic in 2020. So yeah, those two things are ironic. So I guess you can say this is like my second tour of duty, considering that we dealing with two different national crises.
I got you.
So Alpha Dawgs was created because like a lot of people that have hometowns, they got food that they really miss and really enjoy. So there's a lot of people that's here from New Jersey that love about Jimmy Buff. Jimmy Buff
Yeah, that's my spot.
Yeah, Jimmy Buff was the original creator of this Italian hot dog and everything. So I still go home to see my grandmother at least twice a year and everything. So I used to go and get it before I started my own. So I was like, you know what, let's bring something different here to North Carolina. And there's a lot of people that's from New Jersey that lives here. So I'm like, hey, that'll be my base. And that crowd will help me educate the southern crowd of what type of food that we have here. So Alpha Dawgs was created. So since this pandemic has been going, I love the reaction of people get with the food. So I can tell you some stories of how the struggle I've gotten to get Alpha Dawgs open. But again, when you have goals and you believe in something that will work, you would do whatever it takes for it to make it happen. So Alpha Dawgs came about, and just wanted to bring good food here to North Carolina, something that's from my hometown, just to share. Because, that's how, cities and different areas become multicultural, because it's based off of people bringing different foods and different things that you like from your hometown. You bring it into your new place where you live at to share with people that you do when you come out. And that's what makes the community more diverse and welcoming, because you have a lot of everything. Here in Raleigh, there's not too many Black business owners, especially restaurant owners. So I almost went to Durham first, because Durham welcomes that, and we know
it do.
Right. So they welcome that type of culture of small businesses, and you see the different type of backgrounds, whether it's Indian, Korean, whatever it is. But the Raleigh market, well, I felt like that they deserve this, and it's hard to penetrate because, number one, if people don't understand their experience of owning a restaurant, then the nuances of getting into a brick and mortar building, it can be very challenging. So one thing I can say, I had a crash course learning of this to where like it ain't nothing now. So that's why Alpha Dawgs came about. So, we know with me,
People don't understand. See, people don't understand the Italian part. Like when I used to tell people about Italian chicken sandwich and stuff like that. My a friend of mine, my best friend, him and his wife had opened up a spot, and she's from Newark, and she pushed it. She pushed the Italian chicken sandwich. But it gets to be overwhelming just owning the business. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel by you going through the Alpha Dog spot, and even though the pandemic, you feel what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, you still striving, you know what I mean? And bringing that culture down here that people didn't see or didn't know, that it was just some onion, just some a little bit of onions, peppers, and some French fries, and that'll make a whole sandwich totally different. So that's the twist they didn't get, bro. You feel me? So
So yeah, so I guess
yeah,
that's pretty much it.
Now, go ahead, it's on you. Go ahead, what you about to say?
Oh yeah, so the thing that I wanted to share with your audience is, these myths about having patience with minority business owners versus patience with white business owners. Okay, because we tend to display more patience for one race than another, and then when it comes to your own, it's almost like, hey, what's up? They expect something for nothing, not understanding like, hey, we got a business to run. You feel what I'm saying? If I don't run it properly, I won't be here long enough. So, and then the things that they ask for, hey, I already give it. It's just not in the form that you expect it. So
Okay.
I want to discuss the myths that amongst us black people, how we treat each other, especially when it comes to business. I try to explain to people that you cannot judge a minority business like you judge a white business, because they are more white business owners than there are minority business owners. So it's almost like you compare apples and oranges. A lot of white minority business owners have been in business a lot longer. They have had more resources to start a business than your average minority business owner. So there's some discrepancies in that. So I guess when it comes to our own race and our own culture, they don't see the size of the importance of up and running a business and maintaining it and keeping the integrity intact. So let me give you an example. When I first started out McNeill's Touch. When I first started McNeill's Touch, I wanted this business for not only minorities, but as well as for anybody who seeks my service. But the common thing that I've always come across was minority people. They'll say my prices are high, whereas my white patrons, they'll say, that's it. Your numbers are kind of low. You know what I'm saying? It's one because disposable extra income. That's one. But two, it's also how your customers value your business. Okay. See if a customer or a potential customer value your business, then they won't worry about necessarily the pricing. And really though, we know back at home, based on my price and based on the price at home, they're not far apart. They actually practically close. So now when people come in the store, let me back up. So in starting a business, I wanted to appease my race, my culture so much to where I almost drew myself down. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I want your business, but I don't want to scare you off. Not knowing starting out like that hurt me, because you must
stay at a number, like stay at it, and that's when, like, down the line towards the end of the show, I got a topic where I'm gonna talk about how to help your business, and that's part of it, upping your prices. And it's crazy how us as black minority and black owners decide to go low budget because we don't want to compete. If you don't go on with it, like, nah, you got to compete. Like, if you don't compete, you ain't in the scene. You ain't in the way. Right. And they don't know that, Haj. You right too.
Right. So and really though, if you match my pricing up to the national or my so-called main competitor, I'm still quote unquote cheaper. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's just one reason is our culture seems like that when it comes to us servicing our own people, I don't know, we got that lookout, you know what I'm saying, because of this or whatever. Not knowing like, hey, I got bills to pay, I got workers that I must pay as well. So if you don't pay me for what I asked for, right? When your cousin uh, John or your uncle or whoever come out of prison, they can't get a job. You come to me asking me to hire them. I can't hire them the way I should because why? I don't get enough support from you. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And one thing that I want to make sure that your listeners understand that again, it's a responsibility on both sides. Not only that, it's my responsibility to make sure I give you the best service that I advertise and what we discuss, but it also is your responsibility is to do your part, whether it's at least pay the price, and and we are bad tippers. You know what I'm saying? When somebody doing a service for you for something that you don't want to do and it helps you free up time for yourself and they do a great job, tipping goes a lot of way. We are very bad tippers. So this is a known fact. Since I've been in business, I get more support than white counterparts than from within my own community. And it's almost like
Exactly.
as a black. Go ahead.
Now go ahead. What you saying? Go ahead. You good?
So it's almost like that. You got to get validation from the white counterparts for your own people. Be like, oh, okay, yeah, let me go ahead and do that. When the business is created for anybody, you know what I'm saying? Primarily for my people because we need more representation in business. You see what I'm saying? So we can encourage more future business owners. I mentor at least quite a few business owners, existing ones and people that's creating ones, because we need to see more of us in business. But when we see these posters on Facebook or social media of our people having problems with other business owners, said it suppresses your own race for wanting to go in business, because I'm like, I don't want to go in business because I don't want to deal with that. When you might have a future business owner in your household, but if they hear and see how they drag black businesses, do you think that's going to make them comfortable to want to start a business? No, it's going to make them more likely, like, let me take the safe route and let me just work for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Where there needs to be more people. There needs to be more of us in business, because, people don't understand the challenge that black business owners have to come in with. Like, each of my businesses, I started with my own money and my family money. Now, our white counterpart, they usually get funded 100% for their businesses. So let's say they come out with a cleaners, and that cleaners, for it to up and run, to have everything in order, it probably costs them $150,000 to get it up and running. The bank gonna make sure they get $200,000, at least $200,000, for them to make sure that building and everything is fully furnished and supplied, and B, you have enough cash flow to do what you have to do. When it comes to a minority business owner, it's a total different ball game. You can have great credit, right? You can have great credit, but when it comes time to start owning things and stuff like businesses and stuff like that, then you see the color factor comes in. You almost gotta pull teeth. It's like one of Jeezy lines that in his recent album Recession 2. It's like when you got good credit, when it's all good when they let you, when you want to go to school, they'll let you get a loan to go to school. They'll let you get a loan to get a car. Heck, they just now recently allow you to get your loan to buy a house. When it comes to getting a loan to start a business, now everything gets a little tricky. You see what I'm saying? And if you don't understand the nuance of navigating through that can be very frustrating for minorities, and some of them will actually tap out because they're not understanding that. So especially since this pandemic, since Alpha Dogs has been open, I've had plenty of business owners and inspired business owners to come to me and just ask me questions, which I don't mind sharing information. Information is 100% powerful. I can give you all the information in the world, but it's up to you to take that information and do something with it. You see what I'm saying? So I drop knowledge on people every day, but I can see based off their action whether they actually listen and take value in what I'm explaining to them and take it to the next level. Okay.
But on that note right there, some people, it's like somebody told me, even me starting a YouTube page and all that, and just doing a podcast, I was asking for help and I was chasing help, like, you know what I mean? What I need to do, what I need to do. So you go to so many people to the point where one of my friends was just like I can help you, but how can you help me? You feel I'm going with it? And it was real. He said that though. That was some real shit though, because I had to think, and I sat back like, I thought he was trying to be funny, but nah, that was some real shit though. Like, bro, I can help you, but how it's gonna benefit me down the line? Like, we gonna do business? I'm helping you to just go this way and don't talk to me no more. And I start reading between the lines, like, oh, as the months went, they took me months to get it. As the months went, I was like, oh, I get it now. I get it. And that's what you just said. You know what I'm saying? Like, back to what you were saying.
Yeah, so we just gotta learn. So now let's get into the reason why we have these misconceptions amongst minority business owner and our own people that we serve in our own community. Okay, because sometimes as a minority owner, if you just starting, you try to impress people that you thinking that you looking out by giving them a deal, which actually you're not, because when you do that, you're setting the tone of how far a person can get over on you. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you come with a price, they're like, oh man, can you do it for such and such? I'm like, nah, I can't, because I always tell the person this: if you go to work for 8 hours, right, and your boss come back and say, you know what, you work 8 hours, we're gonna pay you for 4. You don't mind that? You ain't trying to hear that. You might, I want my damn money. You feel what I'm saying? So now translate that to a black business owner when we're trying to price you, which we consider a good number, and you trying to Jew that number down, it's almost become insulting, because it's like when you go up in the Arab store or the Asian store or the white store, whatever that price is, you paying it. Even if you disagree with it, you still gonna pay it. But why? Because you want it. But when a black person is almost like, it's a different. Like, let me give you an example. Since I've opened Alpha Dawgs, people, when they have the misconception of what is a hot dog, which I'm trying to explain to them, like, listen, this is a different hot dog in another state, different culture. You see what I'm saying? This hot dog is really in the hood, even though the original creator is out in the suburbs. But when you go in Newark, most of these people, this is in the hood. You feel what I'm saying? This is what we eat every day or every other day. You know what I'm saying? So trying to explain that part to them, because they think what we doing is bougie. You know what I'm saying? Which is like, no, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Anybody from Newark would say like, yo, this hot dog is just like a Snoopy's
regular hot dog.
Yeah, a step better. You feel what I'm saying? So I've heard certain customers like, that's all right, I'm gonna stick to what we know. Or I've also heard somebody told me, oh, y'all doing too much. I'm like, do you not eat pizza? You eat pizza, right? So you eat the pizza dough. Yeah. Okay. So you eat a hot dog. Only difference with our hot dog, we don't boil it or steam it. We fry it. You feel what I'm saying? So a fried hot dog tastes way better than, a boiled hot dog. Back at home, most of our food, we got onions and green peppers in it. You know what I'm saying? From the potatoes, to the eggs. I know my grandmother, she put it in the hamburgers too, back at home. So onions and peppers is our staple back at home. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand it. So it's cool. But the one thing I love about what I do, I love the response of people who actually see the value in what I do. And that keeps me going. Because I tell people, if right now during this pandemic, you should be in survival mode. Unless you have a business or a service or a need or a good that's a need and a want, then you will definitely make a profit. But if you're in like a restaurant, then you're supposed to be in survival mode. The only restaurant that I've been only restaurant, fast food restaurant that I've been keeping up with that has been making money throughout this whole pandemic that hasn't been affected, and that in fact they've actually profit was Cookout. Because Cookout is the only
Yeah,
fast food
Cookout never
restaurant,
closed.
right? Because they don't depend on people coming in. It's all through drive-through or you walk up. See, they business concept helped them thrive through this whole entire pandemic, and it's really showed the doors of now how business will be viewed from this day going forth. Because even when this vaccine come out, those who take it, those who don't, you know what I'm saying, it's not going to be the same for at least a good year or two. You see what I'm saying? So you have to think outside the box on how can I make my business survive, doing this. So I explain to people, you should be in survival mode. Like me, I'm not making a profit. I'm making sure my customers is happy, my
Yeah,
employees get
bills
paid,
paid.
and my employees get paid, and the operations keep going. So as long as you're doing that, get through the wave, you will survive. I also encourage minority business owners, go for those PPP. I know that the stuff has been frustrating. Some people have filled out application and everything, didn't get any response. Trust me, I know, because I filled out 20 of them from the time that they released the first PPP in March of last year, and we didn't get any because small business and big business, which that's a whole nother conversation, is grouped together. And we get discouraged and we like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. And I tell people, stick to it. It's on your government officials to make sure that they take care of you, because again, this pandemic was not your fault. So because your business affected, they supposed to, but if you don't step up and talk about it, then you're gonna get overlooked. Like I've been active in the city hall meetings because give a voice on not only small business owners but minority business owners, because a lot of minority businesses have closed during this pandemic due to the fact lack of funding. Now, if, like I just mentioned in my beginning of my statement, if a black business owner comes in, I came with my own money and my family chipped in. All right. So we already got a limited budget as it is. Okay. Versus a white counterpart, they are fully funded for their business. So not only they get fully funded to get it up and running and everything, they have cash flow, which that affects a lot of minority businesses, which people don't understand. A lot of minority business doesn't have cash flow in the beginning when they start off. So that's a niche that gets them in trouble. You have to work through that. So I've been blessed, based off the skills I've learned, growing up in the streets and everything, on how to manage and incorporate different things. Also, what we have to understand is sometimes when you do a business deal, you don't get anything right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to learn to do things and not expect something in return. You see what I'm saying? Because, like for me, for instance, I mentored 5 other business owners, either exist or starting, and I tell them up front, what are these information I'm giving you? I'm giving to you because I want you to succeed. I'm not going to ask you for any money because, again, I could, and everything that I'm giving you, you go to college or go any other business networking class, it's thousands of dollars. I'm giving you this experience that I've learned on my own, because I've never owned a restaurant before, never. So this Alpha Dog,
Basically, you saying, are you a business owner of the car detailing? Did that help you as being a restaurant owner in some ways?
oh yeah, no doubt, because like in any business, your inventory and business organization is very key, and customer skills. So based off my other jobs that I've had, I've been in sales. I've been selling products and stuff and goods for other businesses. Now this is my own. You know what I'm saying? So, and actually, I'm not selling somebody something. It's a need and a want, because really though, people doesn't take the time out to make sure their cars are sanitized. The average person getting their cars is nasty. You know what I'm saying? And that's how germs and colds and everything pass. So that me going through McNeill's touch allowed me to have the confidence to start Alpha Dogs. Now again, I've never owned a restaurant before, but I worked in plenty of them. So sometimes when you work at enough of them, you can gain experience from the outside, you know what I'm saying? And you can tie in everything once you start your own thing. Because, you know, some people get in this in their head like, well, I got to make sure I have this. I got to make sure, man, listen, I started both of my businesses because I wanted to. Alpha Dogs, I promise you, when I started Alpha Dogs, I was just going out, just looking for the buildings, looking to see how much it's gonna cost to get it going. And I was talking to one of the ladies out there where I was at, and she was like, "Hey, the owner's gonna coming in town. You should come talk to him." Blah blah blah. All right, no problem. I said, "What meeting him with her?" Met them. I told him, I said, listen, I never owned a restaurant before, but I have a concept here that works wonders here. You know what I'm saying? I broke it down to him. After probably about a 30-minute conversation, he's like, you know what? I believe in you. I believe you should be here. Now, mind you, I told you I didn't have no money. I just came to do some investigation to see how much it was gonna cost. But an opportunity presented itself to where I'm like, oh snap, what you gonna do? You're gonna be like, oh, I ain't got the money, you know, I'll get back with you. Or I had to dive in it. Like, yo, I was ready to go, which I wasn't. You see what I'm saying? So dove in it. He was like, yo, how much you got? I'm like, hey, I got 50,000, blah, blah, blah. And I had zero money, zero. So I went ahead and put the down pay. I paid for the security deposit for the building and everything. And I'm like, oh, snap, son. Now you got to get some money to get Alpha Dogs up. So my grandmother, God love her. She's 83, just turned 83 just Monday. Her and her siblings came from Orangeburg, South Carolina. So, you know, anybody who know the history, South Carolina is the birthplace of the Jim Crow, aka KKK was created there. So they moved from there like most Southerners during the civil rights movement before, move up north, you know what I'm saying? Because if anybody who's from Jersey or New York, you have relatives that's from the South
Yeah,
automatically.
because I
That's
get
where most
put
of
down
us
all the
from.
time. I got
Exactly.
family. I got friends in Kingston. I mean, King Street, South Carolina.
Right. So they moved this. So my grandmother has always worked. She retired off one job. She's still working. That's because that keeps her going. So I gained my grind, my grit, and my grind from her. Because this woman here had sacrificed for her family, and you know she wanted a family business. I say, hey, grandma, listen, I feel like that we can bring like a Jimmy Buffs down here to North Carolina. I said we're gonna call it something else, put our own twist. She was in it. She was all for it. So just to have my support from my grandmother and everything, and then I reached out to a couple of other people that I fuck with. Like, hey, listen, I'm about to get in this. Da da da. You know, they believe in me, so I got the money. Now the crazy part is once I got everything going. My first contract. This is why I say people got to understand. Make sure you do your homework. And you know, my grandmother always say this: you cannot do everything with black people. I'm like, why, grandma? Why can't you do everything with black people? Because she said, a lot of us don't want to see you do well. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do things to undercut you. So now let's tie in what I'm about to say. My first contractor was my homeboy. We were friends. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I knew his family all the way down to his grandkids. So I'm about to get to start this business venture. I'm like, hey, another black business owner. Like, listen, we can team up together. I'm about to get to start this new food chain down here. Yo, you do well on this. Hey, we can take off. You know what I'm saying? This just something help build your business up. Got into it. Make a long story short, I knew he was up to something, and dude took my money. Now the street me like, yo, we're gonna go see this dude. You feel what I'm saying? But I can't do that because I'm a business owner. So you gotta work, you gotta handle things differently, like through the court system and everything. So that was a tough pill to swallow. That somebody that you pretty much, you know, you was cool with, y'all was supposedly had each other back, and he basically took my money. And this around the time my mom had passed. You feel me? So it was like real touchy with me. But I didn't want to lose faith in what I knew that would work here. So I kept grinding, and Alpha Dog being created. So the enjoyment I get from it is my customers. When they come in there and they get a hot dog and they trust what I'm giving them and they eat it and they sheer enjoyment of like, yo, this is real good. You know, I enjoy that. I have people that travel all the way from Virginia, Burlington, North Carolina. You know, you come in, when you come, you come in 30 minutes from
45
Roseville.
minutes.
Yeah, 45 minutes. You feel what I'm saying? I got people that come from Jacksonville, North Carolina, Virginia, you know what I'm saying? So people come travel for this. And I appreciate that. That means so much. So I make sure I give them the best product, you know. So
No,
let's
but
get back.
but you so hands-on with your customers, people don't even know that part. Like, there's so many people I talk to, and they be like, "Yeah, ain't you been to Alpha Dog?" I be laughing like, "Damn, you been to Alpha?" He like, "Yeah, man, he's a cool guy, man. He's a cool guy." I was like, "Man, he really is a cool guy." I be like, yeah, "He really is, though." But it's crazy. That's dope how you interact with your audience, because that's basically what they tell you to do when you posting, like interact with your audience and with your customers. And you know, some people just want to be. Some people want you to say, "Remember my face," like, "Oh, what's up, man?" And when you go to these others back now, we're gonna compare that part right there to a big business. So I go to McDonald's every day. They still won't know who you is. Just saying McDonald's because I know why I say McDonald's, because there's a lot of us working there. So as we go in there every day, they still don't remember faces. It's some faces they probably remember, but it's so many people coming in there. There's no way you could get hands on with some people if you was a good manager and owner like you. You seek, even though the traffic come, you probably only see me once this week. You probably only see me once this month, but you remember me coming. You back again.
Yeah,
That's what it takes sometimes, huh? You feel me?
yeah.
And let me do a better introduction. How I did. I'm sorry I ain't do it right when he first came in. This my homeboy, it's my brother. This Clark. You feel me? Cook Coke. You feel what I'm saying? He actually have his own food truck. He in the A. You feel what I'm saying?
All right.
So y'all basically on the same mission. His cheese steak. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm definitely gonna have. You know, he definitely. You know, he been in Raleigh with the cook. He been around when I was telling you about my people had the restaurant with the food. He was doing the Italian ice thing. So he done had so many venture business too. You feel what I'm saying? To the point where he see where it's at. Now he ended up to where you ended up the food. And I just wanted to make that introduction before we further go. You feel what I'm saying? Like that he a good guy. You feel what I'm saying? And definitely y'all could definitely build because he got a million ideas. You know what I mean? So
That's
let's go back to what you
good.
said. I wanted to throw that twist in there because that's the twist of certain restaurants. How it's like it's that interaction of that one-on-one you have with me spending my money. Because half of the time people be spending their bread, but then when you can tell me hi or bye or thank you, that make me spend. That made me just come back more. You know how many people don't. You know what I mean? Sent over there just because you're not or that. No, they used to call you on the phone, Hodge, and be like, "This guy want a sandwich? Oh, no, make it. He good." I'm like, "Yo, I bet I got some pull in here, a little pull," but it wasn't about that. It was just about you figured you like, "Yo, it's a good customer. You coming? I got to keep everything smooth." You feel what I'm saying? So. You know what I mean? Back to what you were saying. My bad. I just wanted to throw that in there for you.
No doubt. So the thing I want to get across to the audience when it comes to minority business owners, you have to do your research like you do any other business. Okay, if they are new in the industry and they haven't been open as long, expect to be some mistakes happening. Okay, have some patience. Now, if you don't have no patience for a new business, then go to a business that's been in business for a while. I think what happened is sometimes that we want to support each other. They have good intention and want to support. A mistake has been made. They probably, like I said, you have to work your craft. Like you learn when you started your podcast or anybody who started something, for you to know it like off the back of your head to where it won't be an issue, you have to work your craft. You have to make sure that you like back of your head. So it's going to be some bumps and bruises. So we must have a reasonable expectation. Now, when it comes to pricing, I believe the pricing should match the work. Now, my pricing, remember, in anything from McNeill's Touch to Alpha Dog, my pricing is based off with the national average. The only difference with what separates me from everyone else is I do detail more work. Feel me? So give me an example. Whereas McNeill's Touch, we don't say wash, we say sanitize. So people are like, well, what you mean by sanitize? Well, we get in all that cracks and crevices. We get all blowing out the vents, stuff that people doesn't do because they can't get to. So we focus on stuff like that, windows and stuff. So like, oh, that makes people mind intrigued. All right, well, let's do this. So the process that we do is outstanding. Number two, I'm like the only mobile detail in the state, especially in this area, that goes all year round. So if it's 30-something degrees outside, guess what? You see some of my posts that I post on Reddit, we out there. You see what I'm saying? Not some of my major competitors can't do that. So now, if my services are year round, we are from extreme weather, from hot to cold, right? You got to pay for that. Because again, what people are understanding is we saving you time. Number one, we coming to you. So that means if you at home, you could be doing your work at your job or clean up the house, doing something. That one job is taken off your hand. Okay, so that's one factor. Number two, time is very valuable. People don't understand. They don't calculate their time in every day because people just go about. They feel like that, you know, it's that out of sight, out of mind theory. If they don't see it, they don't know. Which actually, you do see it. You just choose not to pay attention, and you choose not to actually calculate that time. So time is everything. So if I'm saving you time by you don't have to worry about washing your own nasty car. You feel what I'm saying? B, that frees you up to go do something else. Hey, I just saved you a lot of money right there. You don't even know it. Even though you didn't pay it out physically money, that frees your time up. So that means when I ask for what I charging you, it shouldn't be no questions asked, but we have. Another thing is, so what we do is we got sometimes people try to take advantage of the brand new business owner. So, you know, if they throw a number out at them, they automatically accept it. If I always ask a person this, if that was you working that job, right? Would you take that payment? Most of them wouldn't. So why would you offer me that? You know what I'm saying? Why would you offer me that?
But let me tell you something crazy about that part, because it's like I could put you in a situation where, which you just said, you want a job, you want to work, and then once you start work, some people start working and they get, it's like, I don't know if people got a amount in their head that they good, and once they get to a certain amount or they feel like they comfortable, they just say fuck it, and that's the crazy part. That's why I say on that amount. That amount is really not a play. I'm playing devil advocate to the question, because that amount really mean I'm gonna give you half to see if you really want to fucking come back and work. It's not personal, but you got to look at it both ways though. How we be having that good heart and that good 1-2 sometimes for people, and people just be like fuck you at the end of the day when they get good or they in a good position, everybody just want to say fuck it, and that's corny. So not to jump into what you were saying, it's like right there in the situation, like it's crazy, yo.
Yeah. So so you know, like I was adding on to one, make sure that you do your research on the company. Okay. So one business is mobile detail, another business hot dog. Now, number two, based off customer service, I believe that's big. But this whole notion the customer is always right, no. That is not true. Because if I give you some of the stories that I have encountered through our own people.
Hey, yo, I customer always right, High. The customer always right, High. Come on. You got the customer's always right. Come on, High.
Listen, let me explain something. Let me explain. I'm gonna give you this one right here was hilarious. So, you know, the beginning of COVID, everything. So a lot of businesses not letting no one use the bathroom because, you know, everybody's still learning what's going on. So as a small business owner, especially a black one, you got to follow the rules because we don't have room for error. Somebody come in, write a citation or whatever else, you know, shut us down. That will hurt us. So we pretty much got to follow the rules. All right. This black couple came in, probably a father and daughter. She comes in. Now she sees the tables. The tables are lined up to where it's blocking off, saying pretty much don't even ask. Bathroom's closed. Okay. So she coming in, she like, I'm about to great order. I want to know if I can use the bathroom. I said, ma'am, I can't let you use the bathroom because it's out of order. Oh, so she turned around, walked right out, went out to food line. I could tell she had attitude. Okay, both. So
I got you.
right. So her father, he ordered Italian sausage. Okay. So by the time he get finished ordering, now I'm the only person that's in the store. Okay. So I had like 4 more orders, and I had a Grubhub order come up. So I'm going on the iPad to look. This lady was so mad. She probably had to wait like 15 minutes, but that's good for some fresh made food. You feel what I'm saying? If you get your order in 10, 15 minutes range, and if it's a little rush and it's freshly made, it's good. That's good timing. So she left. She got on Google. She left pretty much a basically bald-faced lie on Google reviews. So she said
Wow.
she came in, she said the owner wouldn't let me use the bathroom, and it waited like 20 minutes for a hot dog. He was on his iPad. So she telling its and beats of truth, but mainly lie. Now, as a business owner and a Black business owner, any business reviews make or break you. You feel what I'm saying? So when you have someone that's telling a straight up bald-faced lie, you feel what I'm saying? You cannot, and especially a small business owner, you can't afford that. So I couldn't just sit there and be like, avoid that. No, if you go on any of my Google reviews, I always thank them personally. If they leave a review, thank you for your business, thank you for your support. Please come back. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that you could tell that I got over 60 reviews, and most of them pretty much the same. Great customer service, great food. Now you can also tell the crazy ones that seem like, oh, something ain't right, because how out of 60 you got like 4 of them and like the customer service was sorry, the food was overpriced, and da da da. You can tell who the ones that's doing too much. You see what I'm saying? So she basically told a lie, and I had to get up there and like, man, that didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? I gave a short version, so anybody who's interested and wanted to see what was going on, like, yo, that didn't happen. This is how it happened, and we could have handled this a lot better. You know what I'm saying? So don't get up here basically tell a lie. Now, don't you know, I ask people that experience, hey, leave a review. They don't have time because they possibly forget busy. No problem. But let it be something about something negative, something bad. Jump on that mug quick as I don't know what and put it down. You know what I'm saying? And it's disheartening because pretty much all my negative reviews that I've gotten is from my own race. But again, I understand that you're not gonna please.
That's how it is. But that's how you know how it is though. How like
again.
Even I'm just gonna be 1,000. Even some of the people I bring over there, it was like you was looking for the wrong of the situation instead of you just saying, then that's dope. Then it's dope that we got a Black man. I was coming because of us. You feel what I'm saying? Real talk, and it's more. We had to support us more. You feel what I'm going? Like and people will pick little things like, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. But at the end of the day, still the food good. They don't. Right. They always get past that part. Never slip a conversation. It's like once you taste it, you go like, all right. Then you be like, ain't nothing you can say because it's people that double back. Like, oh, I'm going back. This is gonna be my every Friday meal. And I'm like, wow. You feel what I'm saying? But it's about, that's how you do it. You when you find something good, and everybody know I go to a lot of restaurants, and that's what I do. I like to eat. So what I do is I put you on. Like I find a spot, and I don't. It's not a race with me, but I put you on. I like it. It's good, especially if it's the race. If come down to a race thing, I'm definitely gonna go over and beyond. You feel I'm going? Like, yo, it's fire. Get this. This what I tell you exactly what to get that I know it's gonna fulfill the whole sandwich up. You know what I mean? So I learned that too coming over there. Like I learned what to do. Like, oh, I need to add this. I used to have 2 hot dogs. Then I used to have the tiny chicken sandwich. Yeah. The meat, and I had I got the onions and stuff, onions and peppers, and then I got the potato. I got the potato wedges. You feel what I'm saying? And then you got it on the pita bread. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, And that's crazy. And my man put me on you. Like my homeboy from here, his name Pork, you feel what I'm saying? He put me on you. That's his man from Jersey. He from home too. He put me the day I came in there. I don't think he was there the first day I came one time. Nah, I had met him there one time. And he the one introduced us to the store. You feel what I'm saying? Like he put us on you. You feel what I'm going? He like, yo, it's a back home. It's like Jimmy Buff. Boom. There you go right there. There you go. Q. There you go. He's like, yo, it's Jimmy Buff. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, all right, bet. So he came right to me like, yo, bro, I found the spot. It's like back home. I said, man, better be good, man. Come on, it's good. It's good. You know what I mean? When I came over there, man, I fell in love. He'll tell you, man, I fell in love over there, man.
Yeah.
Then I stopped eating meat, right? So I was like, man, I hit you one time. You was like, you told me you was coming through. I'm like, bro, you know, I don't eat. They like, I got that too now. I'm like, oh, I'm bad. I shot over there. Oh, my fault, bro.
Yeah, because I want to make sure.
No, I gotta get you. He said, I gotta get you. He said, oh no, I got you now. I told you one time, you was like, I don't know. Then you thought about it. You was like, oh no, I ain't gonna hit. When he called back, I won't get that answer again. He's you need to come over. You need to come over here. I said, oh, I got you. I appreciate that though. You feel me? And that's dope, though.
Yeah. So we must, as a consumer, we must do our diligent homework. Like you do with white business owners. You check the reviews, you check and see how long they've been in business, and you check the price. And if it works, where you go with it. If it don't, move on. As a business owner, whether we started brand new or we've been in business for 20 years or longer, we have a responsibility to make sure that we deliver on what we advertise. Now, again, mistakes happen. So as a business owner, I'm going to do what I have to do to make that customer happy. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's on me to deliver good service. So it's just like you're in the streets. All you got is your name, your face. If your face garbage, you can't go nowhere. So if you in business and if you don't put out good work, if this is messed up, how can you can't make no money? Just like old boy who took the bread from, he messed up now. He messed up in the game. You can't.
They think the bread. They think the bread. See, this is what people fail to realize. They think because you beat somebody for the bread or you get over with somebody the bread, that if you don't got. This lady told me this, Miss April, and now I gotta give her. I gotta give it to her because I was like, yo, I need some money. She's like, what you mean? Tell me you need some money, man. I said, I need some money, man. How much you need? I said, man, I'm probably like 50. She's like, all right. I was ranting. She let me rant. Hey, I was going in. I'm like, man. Then she said, all right, when you get the money, what you gonna do with it? I said, man, I got a plan. She said, no. When you get the money, what are you gonna do with it? You feel what I'm saying? And he probably would come back. Probably somebody called him. But it was like she kept asking me, like, if you get the money, what you gonna do with it? And I thought about it. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Hold on, we back again. I'm like, my bad. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I don't got no. I got something to do, but I never had the plan. How you feel what I'm saying? So it's like, if you get the 50,000 and you don't got a plan for it, I don't care what you got going on. You gonna run through it. Man, I got some bread and ran through it. I got some bread and ran through it. Like, and then when I sat back, I was like, yo, I didn't even do nothing with that shit. You feel what I'm going? Like, you ain't do nothing with this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't. She said, no matter what you get, and I didn't even get the money. I never got the loan, but I'm just saying, like, when I did get a chance to have a couple dollars to do something that I wanted to do, I didn't even do it because I didn't have a fucking plan. I didn't get that money, but I'm just saying I had something to do, like get the computer, things like that. I never did it. And if I would have did what I was, you know what I mean? If I had the plan like she told me, everything would have worked out because it would have been a blueprint. Man, that's crazy. You feel me? Like,
so like I said, as a business owner, it's my job to make sure that I provide a service. If you have a complaint, and I have procedures in both businesses to where my employees, this is the system that you go by, because one, it protects you, it protects the integrity of the company, and it protects the customer as well. So I have these procedures in place. So again, I want my customer to be happy. I do this, I love what I do. And I always explain to people, if you get in business, you better love what you do. Because if I didn't love what I do, Alpha Dawgs would have been closed. If you didn't love what you do, that's why you see businesses that's been open for over 30 plus years, they folding because they got so far in the game, they so detached from their business to where it's whatever.
It turned to a money thing. So let me ask you a question, right? What was the turning point of you opening a business? Period. Like what made you want to go into business?
Oh wow! Oh, my last job. Last job I had worked at. It was All My Sons Moving Company. This is around the time President Obama was running for president, and I've really got into politics then because why? I see somebody that I can identify with. See, that's the whole thing that people not understanding why it's important for us to have representation in everything from business to sports to certain jobs and stuff like that. Because if a kid, especially an inner city kid, you know, we from Newark, you know what I'm saying? We see how things go down there. You feel what I'm saying? For most people that's back at home, they get caught up there and can't go nowhere because they've never been exposed to anything. The only thing they've been exposed to is what's around them. So if all you know is what's around you, how can you dream? How can you be creative? How can you even feel like, yo, I can do this? You got to be exposed to things. So I had this conversation with my last supervisor, white supervisor, because how they had the business set up from the workers' standpoint is pretty much cutthroat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna give you an example. One of the warehouse manager, he pretty much was on some like, if he ain't like you, whatever, he'll mess with your money by going to the owner and say something. So guys used to get a little scared of stuff out there and do it. I said, wait, I used to tell him like, yo, you a man. You speak up for yourself. You don't speak up for yourself, then yeah, somebody gonna run over on you. Okay, you know, you're not gonna control my money. You work just like I am. Your positions and pay scale is no higher than mine, and if so, it's not that much. So let me give you an example. So when I first came to that job, I took the interview. I pretty much tell them about myself. I say, hey, listen, you just give me an opportunity. I get out here and I bust my tail, blah blah blah. So I've been at this job for over a year. Now I'm gonna tell you, I knew what I was doing. We was on a job to where it took 3 of us to work. Now we had this heavy gun case, and a gun case, anybody who ever moved a gun case, that's over 800 pounds. Okay, and the incline was very steep. Okay, now I'm the biggest out of the other 2 guys that's working. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, hey, I said, let me go check, go inside the house. Let me check everything. We'll be right back. We'll move it. Go inside and check, see how we're going to have to do it. I hear a loud crash. Boom. Oh, go outside. Now I'm the biggest guy, man. So the 2 other guys I was working with, one was a little shorter, and one was a little skinnier stature side. They tried to move this safe, and it fell down my man's leg and broke his ankle. So now we down a man. It's me and another dude, you know what I'm saying? The short guy, so the ambulance had to go, and he was a driver. You see what I'm saying? So I had to pretty much take over. So we get, long story short, we get the gun safe in there. The owners love what I did, got a promotion and everything. So we did a gig out in the airport. And I ain't gonna front. What I did technically, it was fireable, okay, but I was still on the job at the end of the day. So we at the job, we at the airport, right? So we're moving one place furniture from one spot to another. Somebody had to sit out there at the trucks because you go to the airport, you can't leave your cars there unattended. So I'm sitting out there just chilling, whatever, and one of the ladies come up. So she was like, is it possible we use one of your jacks? I'm like, man, we can't use it because we're using it right now. She was like, we'll pay you, you know what I'm saying, just to use it right now. So my man was like, I'm gonna go see what she's talking about. I was like, all right. So he go see what she's talking about. He come back, he's like, yo, she's willing to pay us $100 a piece if we help move this safe from one side to another. I was like, sure, why not? It ain't gonna take long. We right here, you know what I'm saying? So I said, sure, let's go. So we go move it. Kind of find out where we're moving into. We're moving into the side that we're actually doing work for the other guy. So the other guy, he looking at us, right? white guys got that confused look, like we all look alike, but you can't tell. Cause my man, he got dreads, I got a short haircut, so we're different automatically. Just then, it's just our skin color that's the same. So he looking like the confused look, like, don't you guys work for me? So he said something like, don't you guys work for me? Now I got the shirt on and everything and the dolly. I just looked at him and said, nope. They just kept right on court. So the lady caught on what we was doing, right? So she hurried up. We helped her out. So she hurried up and give her our money. My man, I go to the bathroom. My man go right back down where the dude was at. You know what I'm saying? So now, I don't know. He running his mouth, told the other guys what we got. So, when you got other guys, it's like 8 of us. They feeling some type of way. Like, well, where mine's at? Where mine's at? So I'm sitting looking at dude like, really, dude? You got to tell we got $100 a piece. You gonna give him your money? You gonna break that up amongst 8 people? Like, no. So what you talking about? So I had to tell everybody, like, listen, man, she just gave us $20 to split between us. Boom. He done made this white dude, man. They about to get a fight. You know what I'm saying? So make a long story short, the white dude ended up trying to tell on us about what happened, but he didn't know the exact details, and the only person that knew that was him. So when I came back over the vacation, my man hit me. He's like, yo, man, I got suspended for a week. I said, a week? For what? That thing we did over there. I said, word? I said, well, ain't nobody called me, so I don't know nothing about it. So I go to the job, give everybody jobs. I didn't get no job. So I'm looking at, what's up? His name was Kenny. I said, what's up, Kenny? Why I ain't getting no job? He was like, so he slid the paperwork to me. It was a write-up. Okay. Now I've been on this job for a whole year. I have no write-ups. As a matter of fact, I've had more customers, commend me. So if you really want to say this is my first time I actually fuck up. Now, I took a situation and pretty much flipped it because actually I was dead wrong. But what saved my ass was, number one, based off how it was written, I knew it wasn't the guy that we worked for. It was somebody within the crew that was telling. You feel what I'm saying? So naturally, so I'm talking to Kenny, like, yeah. So I'm reading it. I could tell that, like I said in the comments, the dude said our names. Now remember, I said at the beginning, he looked at us like, damn, don't y'all work for me? And then he asked, he said, do y'all work for me? I said, no, with a straight face. You feel what I'm saying? So he didn't know our names. So it's 3 white dudes and the rest black guys. So you already know one of them was like busy chatting. So I knew who said something. Okay? I already knew who said something. So this how I flipped it on Kitty and shit. So I said, yo, man, I said, how many jobs I did for you, this company? I said, you can say I did over 100 jobs, right? It's like, yeah. I said, you never had no complaints about anything that I've done. I said, no. I said, now, what was the main thing when I first came to the job I interviewed? I said, if I have a confrontation or a disagreement with my coworker, I will try the best of my ability to work it out between us, okay? Because I believe as coworkers, we got to work together. We ain't got to like each other, but we got to work together. And as we work together, as we working, we're going to be respectful. We're going to get the job done. After it's over with, then, fuck you, and keep moving. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to keep that respect factor. And I said, if we can't hash it out between us, then I'm going to come to you, and me and him going to explain it in front of you, and you resolve it like that. I said, I'm not a type of guy that comes, I got a problem with a coworker, I can't resolve, but I'm going to sneak behind his back or her back and say something to you, and y'all make a decision based on what I said. They don't have an opportunity to defend themselves or speak on their behalf. I said, because I wouldn't want that to happen to me. So without giving up my information, knowing that I knew who told and I knew it was a lie, and I brought that to his attention. I said, so now, whoever said something, you know what I'm saying? No, I ain't say that. I said, I've done all this X amount of jobs for you guys. I never had no complaints. I get one supposedly complaint and I get suspended. I was like, that's some bullshit. I was in his behind to where the owner came in. He can hear me fussing him out. I stopped, paused, looked at him, and went right back and fussed my supervisor out. Now, mind you, I'm in the wrong now. Technically, I'm in the wrong, but I found a way to get out of it because I knew the dude didn't know my name. I knew it was somebody in the crew. that told me I knew was somebody white. I'm like, hell no, you're not gonna get over on me. So I end up flipping that, you know what I'm saying, to where, you know, after I fussed out my supervisor, I left, went out. So by this time, I'm already going to look for another job. So I walked out the damn building. I said, you know what? I ain't finished. So I go back in the damn building. I go to the owner's office, knock on the door. I said, such and such, yeah. I said, he said, yeah. I said, I need to say something to you too. I said, let me tell you something. I said, I come in this job every day. I bust my ass. I said, you can get any your drivers or helpers, and they can't outwork me. I said, so the fact that y'all trying to handle me over one incident, I said, I ain't trying to hear that shit. So I walked out. Don't you know, them motherfuckers called me back a few hours later. So this how I know, this how you know somebody on it try to get on your good side. Now, you know, up north, you know, for people call Hassan, they don't say, they call hi or highs, you know what I'm saying, for sure. Yeah, exactly. Now a white dude trying to say hi, highs, that's good. I'm like, oh, that's automatically like, yeah, what you want? He's like, listen, man, me and John, he said, me and John been talking and we feel like that, you know, you should come back. And I said, so I ain't suspended? He's like, nah, you ain't suspended. He said, what we do is we just dock your pay that day, blah, 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 which I don't care. I made $100. So I made more that day anyway. So it didn't matter. So I was like, he's like, all right. He said, yeah, we're going to dock your pay for that day, blah, blah. I said, so now, so technically, I said, you gave me a new position, right? He was like, yeah, we gave you a new. I said, so since you gave me a new position, that means that's more money, correct? Yeah, that's right. That's more crap. All right, cool. I'll be back tomorrow. So I come back the next day. You should have seen those motherfucking miles drop like because one of the dude that I was telling you about, the office, the dock manager, he was in the owner's office. So when I fussed him out while he was there, I was looking at him while I was doing it, like let him know, like let your ass know that next time you try to bring you in here and try to say something, it ain't gonna work. You feel what I'm saying? So when I came back the next day, everybody was like, what the fuck? I said, hey, I told y'all gotta step up and talk, speak for yourself. You feel what I'm saying? So I end up getting not only a new position, but a better pay out of that. You know what I'm saying? So that was the funniest thing, but cool thing about that. But after that, like I said, when President Obama had started running, and after that incident, I had a spiritual conversation with him. I said, why do you construct your workforce like this? It's almost like you pitting your workers against each other. Like you rather have chaos in your workforce because you already know one or two of them is going to try to brown nose, and that's what you want on your team, the brown nose, which I feel like brown nosing is whack. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. If you come in and you doing your work, you do your job, and you do it to the best of your ability, and you making sure that this company's making money, you know what I'm saying? I don't need nobody to go out of their way and start running them out, because if I see a person doing that, you know what I'm saying, then I can't trust you. That means you're a snake. If you're gonna do your own co-workers wrong, then you would definitely do me wrong. So I'm a business owner, I'm an owner, an employer that I don't like brown nosing. I really frown upon that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that, you know, there's ways that you can handle business. Okay. So once I talked to him and he gave me his explanation, I'm like, I'm about to get ready to open up something that we're gonna take everything that we discussed. I'm gonna do everything what we had discussed, and not only the workforce is going to love what they do, they're gonna do their job the best ability. I don't want people to work for me just because you want a job. Yeah, I want you to work for me because you want a job, but I want you to work for me because there's a potential that you can come up. See, I'm creating businesses to where a person work for me, you can come up the ranks. You know what I'm saying? You can get some position, you know, different pace out. A lot of, if you notice, business today, a person has to usually, with a college degree, you usually have to change their careers 2 times in their lifetime.
Exactly, you're right too.
A person without a college degree, 3 to 5 times. Okay. Now, 20 years ago, if you had a degree, you get with a company, you pretty much retire with that company. Since the economic crash in 2009, the whole business entity has changed, flipped it upside down. So average families used to have Saturday and Sunday off. Don't even have that off. They were working 6 to 7 days a week now, which that was the whole crux of it anyway. They wanted workers to build more. They wanted to take away the stuff that they used to give older workers, like retirement, sick days, you have paid vacation and stuff like that. Business changed to where we gonna take this away from the workers, and you notice they give it to the top end of the food chain of their employment, like their CEOs. You see their CEOs getting $15 to $20 million bonus. And I'm like, how you give one person that when it took thousands of them to get your business where is it at? That money should go to your workers, not to that one CEO. Now, granted, that CEO should receive a bonus because the CEO has to put together the workforce and making sure the business run well and everything. But business has changed so much that the integrity of each business, if you go to some of your favorite businesses like McDonald's or Pizza Hut, whatever, a lot of their stuff that they used to have when we was growing up tastes totally different. Because as business, as people going for profit shares, right? They got to make some cuts there. So where they gonna make the cuts at? Outside of going automated, because what I try to tell my employees, the more stuff that I get that makes your job easier, the less I have to pay you. Remember that. The more stuff that I have to get to help makes this thing go easier, which it end up leading to automated, your job get obsolete. So if you don't want your job to get obsolete, you need to learn this. You need to move fast. You need to move efficiently, not fast and sloppy. I'd rather you move efficiently, because efficiently, that means you'll be on point as far as with your orders. Excuse me. So, so that whole nuance of how you had to coordinate that is very important. So I started my business. I wanted to create the things that will give an employee, a potential employee, like, yeah, I want this job, not because I need it, not because I want it, because I see the potential in this. I can be the best I can be, and I can come up. And a lot of my companies that I'm starting, I'm pushing to have a lot of women running it anyway, because there's not that many women CEOs, especially Black women CEOs. So I'm constructing my companies to where I encourage minority women, women in my business, because I want them to be the face of my business. We need that. You know what I'm saying? Women plays a major factor in the economy, so they should be paid just as much as a male counterpart. See, people don't understand the dynamics when it comes to this money thing. See, now as a business owner, remember, when we come, usually the average minority business owner that starts a business, they start a business based off of personal money that they save and family and friends that comes in to chip in and start a business. Whereas a white business owner, they go in, they go to the bank, they go to investors, they invest them fully on everything they need to get that business up and running, and to survive the first 6 months to a year if things were to go slow. See, when we get in business, we gotta automatically hit that and start making some money. We're not making money. All we're doing is stabilizing the business. Okay. So that's one thing. As a woman, a Black woman, she gets paid less than male counterparts. Now, when you get down to the racial economics part of it, a white woman, a white college educated woman makes a minimum of $75,000 a year. You know how much a Black woman? Saying a Black woman with just don't have a college education, but she has work experience. Now, people will get it twisted with these college degrees. We all know college degrees are just paperwork, just to say, hey, I did this. And most people that went to college, some of them don't even know what they did anyway, depending on what it is. You feel what I'm saying? So that's where the work experience comes in at. You can have that degree, but do you got work experience in that field or any field in general? So as a Black woman who has just as much experience, if not even more experience than a college educated woman, she gets paid $45,000 to $50,000. So we already got a $25,000 pay gap, and they both have the same educational background. Except the Black woman, she probably have a lot more work work experience, but she gets paid less. So, as we all know, since this economic crash happened in 2009, women, especially black women, became the economic force in most families because a lot of men lost jobs. And a lot of the jobs that they lost in their field, they didn't recover back easily. Where this is where the women came in. In fact, they took over. They was the economic force in during the financial crisis. That's why economic wise, black women actually come up. Now, uh, and as a whole, black men took a setback, okay, because of that. So now we gotta bridge those two together and have them go as one. Because again, we all on one team. What I explained to my white counterparts is stop trying, and I'm not saying them intentionally doing, stop trying, don't worry about what the next person doing. Don't you know the average person doesn't want to be rich, even though they own a business, they don't want to be rich. They just want to have a business that they enjoy, that they have a few people, you know what I'm saying, hire, and they like to do that. That's what they like to do. Some of them may own 2 or 3 stores. This is an analogy that I know for a fact will be work. You take, it doesn't matter what race you are. Take everybody what they have. You can be rich, you can be poor, or you can be middle class. We're gonna take everybody. Everybody starting from scratch. Okay. So if you are a single person, man or female, black or white, doesn't matter what race you are, you automatically get $125,000. Okay. If you're a couple, you get double that. So that'd be $250,000. You will get a house. You'll have an opportunity. You have 2 vehicles, so both of y'all can get back and forth. You'll have a job. You'll have an opportunity to either start a business or work for somebody. Now, human nature plays itself. This is why I tell people, don't worry about what that next man or woman doing, because you don't know what they got to go through to get that thing going, to maintain it. Focus on yourself. Everybody got different things they got to deal with, so don't compare yourself to someone else. All right, so let's get back to what I was saying. So if you are sitting here, got these things, just lost my train of thought. Oh, you sitting here, you got these things in front of you. Okay, you have to find a niche to where, like I said, you can survive and do what you got to do. Once you give those people the car, the opportunity to start a business or to work for somebody, within 3 months, you will see the difference. Because some people, by natural human instinct, they're a lot more aggressive, they're more ambitious, so they'll take more goals, they'll take more risks. So the ones that take more risks, they're going to make more money. Then you're going to have those that, they're going to play it safe. They just want enough money to, make sure they can pay their bills, put their kids through college, they can put some away for retirement and go on a couple of vacations a year. All right. There you go. You got your middle class just right there. And then you got some, I don't give a damn what you give them. You can give them every goddamn thing they're supposed to need. They're going to blow that shit. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing to show for it. They go your working class, AKA poor class. And this is based off human nature. So like I said, everybody don't want to be rich. Some people do. Some people going to put that work in and get it. You know what I'm saying?
Some people scared. They scared of the not scared, but some people scared of the fact that people gonna ask them for something, or they scared of the fame. They scared. It's just like they scared. You keep saying they can't work. They scared. It just they don't want to be noticed.
Yeah, because I'm be like, the Biggie song come up, more money, more problem. I explain to people like, how is that? I mean, we got the song, we know the reason with the song, but really though, let's keep it 100. Most of us been poor our whole entire life, right? So we know how it feel to not have any money. So to be poor, have problems with no money. I'm sorry. Let me experience what it feels like to have money and have these problems. Because most of it comes to just basically telling a person no. You know what I'm saying? If you not with me on this journey, if you're not helping me directly or indirectly, it doesn't mean you have to help me. I've talked to 2 people last night, just let them know like how you are very important to me in this journey. You know what I'm saying? They've been my cheerleaders, because sometimes, people come off like, well, you arrogant. I'm like, no, I'm not arrogant. I'm just confident in what I do. I'm like, don't you know? Do you not know how hard it is to maintain? You know, to push and do what you need to do, because there's gonna be a lot of naysayers and like, they ain't gonna work. Oh, you wasting your time. And when I mentor my business business owner, I tell them, I said, listen, you have to be your best cheerleader. You got to be like, yeah, we going up in there. Like, so when you talk, it's like when I talk to people, when I get hyped, when I'm in it, you know, you've been around before. I'm into it. I'm like, hitting it. So, you know, people take my confidence and they say it's cocky. I said, no, that's not cocky. That's being confident, because it's hard as fuck what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't even know how many.
Don't get
Yeah,
that part. It's
yeah,
hard, man. It's hard.
it's hard as I don't know what, that you know, that the people that you expect to cheer for you, they're not cheering for you. They hating on you. They throwing mad shade at you. You feel what I'm saying? It's hard just to, when things are not going right, like, dang, do I really? Because you don't know how many times I'm like, you know what? I was like, fuck it and bounce, but I can't. You know why? Because I know I inspire a lot of people. I've had people, grown men, women, young, old, they come to me and ask questions. They come to me and say, man, I'm proud of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You inspire me. I've inspired people to quit their jobs and start businesses, because a lot of them see me as my journey come on and everything. So, you know, that's on top of the goals I set for myself. That's unwanted attention, which I knew I'm gonna get it, because if you're successful, those things come. But just for somebody to say, man, you know, I'm proud of you, you inspire me, yo, keep doing it. I'm like, yo, so it's almost like I gotta walk that fine line, but you gotta make sure, like, hey, you human. So I don't build this image up like like, you know, the glass. I got a glass, you know, case that can't be touched. Nah, I'm human, and you know, if anybody know me, you know me from high school, the streets, business, and everything. So I've been in this town long enough. Everybody know me from all phases. I try to be as authentic as possible, you know, because you know, being real, you know, there's nothing else. I can't even go at no approach no other way. But we as a community, as a race, we got to do a better job in supporting each other. Will there be business that makes mistake? Yeah. Will there be some of them that's, you know, that doesn't know any? Yes. But again, don't blackball the whole entire black community business, because again, we have a lot of great business owners in this city. You know what I'm saying? We do. When I'm in my city council meeting, I'm speaking for not only for me, but all the 33,000 business owners that's in Raleigh. That's black or white, which I know out of 33,000, it'd probably be anywhere between 10 to 15,000 black owners. You know what I'm saying? So I'm speaking. I'm letting them know, like, listen, y'all need to do a better job. We need help. This ABC. So they know I'm even tweeting them. I'm talking to the House of Representatives liaison. I'm talking to 2 city councilmen, even a mayor. They're gonna see my face at the beginning of the year, city council, because they're gonna know, like, listen, you got to do a better job in supporting minority businesses, because let's keep it real. Small businesses create 75% of the jobs in this country.
That's true.
Yeah, let's let this sit in. 75% of the businesses that's created in this country is based off small businesses. Now, I'm really working on them how they really do business with small business, because big business. Because number one, we need if y'all Google what's the definition of a small business, right? It's not what you think it is. The definition of a small business is a company that has 1,500 employees, or they have an excess of revenue of $35 million. Now we all know that's not a small business. That's not. That's not your mom and pop shop. A small business. So what I'm going to be working towards all next year with the city, local, and county official and state official. Like, we need to separate big business from small business. We need that,
But
because
people don't really. But how look. They think they consist of a small business, like I want to say like a DTLR. That's consist of a small business. Not saying they consist of a small business. I'm just using them as a beginning store when they first started. You feel I'm going? Like
Yeah.
they probably had a big. I feel with the staff, and it got more. It got like 2 or 3 stores. So you like, how you a small business? You feel going like, not to just throw them out there. I ain't mean to throw detail out there, man.
No, that's cool. That's
they probably own too. You feel what I'm saying? It just I'm just talking about the level of that. That's what I mean by. And you got 1 store and he got 4 stores. So how is you a small business?
Right, because once you
explain that part.
Yeah, because once we get this definition of what's the small and big business clarified, then we can separate the two. Because let me tell you why. When the first round of PPP came out, all big business sucked that up. You saw stories like Ruth Chris getting like $20 million. My Lakers, they got some PPP, which those business entities had no business even touching any money, touching PPP, because they had enough in the bank in reserves to where they could have withstand a year or two. They've been making so much money, you know what I'm saying? But when people don't pay attention to politics, and I'm trying to get people to understand, when you vote, you got to vote local, because voting local helps you immediately. From a federal standpoint, that's like a long-term down the road thing, because remind you, this is why people got to get back to their basics in school and stuff when it comes to the levels of government. The states still have states' rights. You know what I'm saying? So whatever the federal government may pass, the states may tweak it, may do it, may take some of it and change it to their benefit. So people got to understand, when you vote, you got to vote local. That helps tremendously across the board. So now we have local leaders pitching to big business. I sat here and I brought this up to the last meeting. I'm gonna bring it up again this one. How is it that you're giving one company who's not from this area, so they have no local interest ties to this area, okay? And the amount of jobs that they bring here, not even, we could just say Raleigh, right? Over half the city won't even see those jobs. So I'm gonna give you an example. It was a few years ago, they had a pharmaceutical, I think it was a pharmaceutical company that came. They offered them $120 million in tax incentives. They had 5 years to create 3,000 jobs, which we all know it doesn't take 5 years to create 3,000 jobs. Most of the time in those tax incentive packages, if you can get another 25 to 50 million on that, if another 5 to 8 years, you create another 2,500 jobs. So we talking about 5,000 jobs total in an 8-year span. They've gotten over an excess of $150 million in tax incentives, taxpayers' money, and only not even a third of the people in that city is going to be able to touch that job. How is that beneficial for everybody in the city, let alone the county? That one company get this amount of tax incentives and they only got to bring in a fraction of the jobs. Remember, 75% of the jobs is created is based off of small business, mom and pop shops. But big business is getting this. I said, now, don't you think if you did business a different way, like you take that same tax incentives and you got 1,000 small businesses here in this state, you could take that and sprinkle it in all the businesses. It doesn't matter whether you're black, white, women, you know what I'm saying, whatever. If you create a business and you file it through the Secretary of State, you pay your taxes, you should get this tax incentive. I said, now, don't you know, if you take that money, invest it in the businesses that's here in the state, why would it make sense? Because we have interest here. We live here. We care about our communities. You feel what I'm saying? So as we grow in our communities, that affects everybody. Whereas a person that's not from here, you know, most businesses that come out of state here, they only last 10 years, maybe 20. But 20 years, that's a far-fetched. Give them 10 years, they're here and they're gone. You won't even know they came here and they left, but they got all this damn money. Well, you could take that same amount of money, spread it out amongst thousands of small business owners. Now, this was going to happen. Remember what I said at the beginning about taking everybody, stripping them, and giving everybody the same, and watch based off of human nature how they're going to separate the two, okay? You're going to have the rich, middle class, and working class. You're going to have that. Same thing in business. If you take that money, sprinkle it out, all the businesses here in the city, in the state, right? You creating your own natural business hub. Now let me break it down to you. So you got 1,000 businesses that you have given them tax incentives to expand on their business. 1 to 300 out of those 1,000, they're gonna fail. All right, they're gonna fail. That's just the way it is. All right, so what that leaves you? That leaves you 900 to 700 left over, right? So we're gonna take another 2 to 400 of that. Them small pops, they're gonna buy another store. They probably add another 10 employees. You feel what I'm saying? So you got that. So what that leaves you with 600, a little over 600 left over. Those 600 that's left over, they going hard. They are making money. They are making so much money that they are outsourcing jobs in other states. You feel what I'm saying? So you naturally created a business hub in your own backyard. So now big business who's from other states that's looking to expand in other areas, right? Now, you know, these states and cities, they get in this bidding wars, like who can give them the most money. You feel what I'm saying? To come here and do business. See, if you take that business model I just gave you, you ain't got to do that no more. Because you know why? They're going to want to come here. They're going to see how the business community is so affluent, from the small mom and pops to the middle-sized business to even the ones that grew in the big business. They're going to want to come here and do business. Why? Because when they plug themselves in this automatically infrastructure that's been built in our own backyard, you get to charge their asses now. So remember, when they giving them $120 million just to come here, guess what? You want to come do business here in North Carolina? The starting bid is at $50 million. You can do that. You can create that. Business, people wants to go other places where they can just plug themselves in, and the pressure of them having to produce X amount of jobs is not as big. So now, to make sure that they're going to do what they're going to do, you get to charge them. Starting bid at $50 million. Because why? A lot of other big businesses going to want to come here. They're going to see how the small business community is flowing, how everybody is, how the unemployment rate would be down to from 1.5 to 2% guaranteed. Throughout 100, we got 100 counties in the state. Damn near every county can adopt this, what I just said. You can have a statewide average of unemployment under 2%. Now you know the ones that, you know, people who's on drugs, people who has disabilities and stuff like that, you know, they're going to be in that part. But overall, that business model I just described, that damn near eradicate unemployment. Now, if you adopt that on a national basis, right, this country would be like a oil machine. We sit here, we are a superpower, like how we are, and not just a selective few. See, everybody wins when you give everybody opportunity. Like I said, I explain to people, I don't want handouts. Just give me the opportunity. Give me that same platform that you got. And I guarantee, based on my business knowledge and savvy and my business plan, I will outgrind you and beat you. I will take my business, my Alpha Dawgs. I got one store. It's the first of many, because it's going to be a chain, people. We coming.
Definitely, I know it.
So Alpha Dawgs, right? I take my menu and I put it up against all your restaurants, from Cookout to Burger King to McDonald's to Pizza Hut. From price wise to quality of the food, we're number one. Because where you going, you know this for a fact, because you came to my place before. I'm probably like the only restaurant without you having to actually sit down for you to get an actual meal for that price, a sandwich. Because you know, you go to Burger King or McDonald's, we spending about $9-10 because we big. You know, I don't eat there no more, but you know, we're big guys. We're gonna spend $10 easy. I tell people, if you come eating, you spend that $10 at my store, you're gonna McDonald's, you're gonna be full for 2 hours. Mine, you're gonna be full for 5 hours. You know that. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Sometimes you get more than you can handle. Hey, guess what? You can put that thing in a air fryer. That thing come right back, and you can eat, and it still tastes good. You can't do that with McDonald's. You can't do that with Burger King. Once that thing gets old and you try to heat it up, it's over with. It tastes like rubber.
Hey, keep it real. I never leave until my food gone. I probably take my food probably twice.
Yeah.
Not probably once. No, I think I took my wife to eat one time, and that's only we probably eat it. But the every time I'm there, I never leave. I sit there and eat it like. Cause I be wanting to be comfortable. I don't want to get there. It's warm. I don't want to heat nothing up. I want that drink straight off.
And that's the thing about it, because you know how many customers they say, man, listen, I got in that car and I smelled it. I started eating while I was in the car. You know what I'm saying? I love that. I love to hear that. I have pregnant women, families come in. They actually, one lady, she ate Alpha Dogs her last 2 months before she gave birth. Her baby saying like, yo, I want some Alpha Dogs. She sent her husband up there at least 3 times a week to get Alpha Dogs. We had two families like that the pregnant women and family, they like, yo, we want Alpha Dogs. See that stuff right there, that makes me feel good, because again, I want to put a product out there that not only my people can enjoy, but everybody can enjoy. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here because I want my people to understand that, listen, we need more of us. We need more Black representation in the business world, because then when that happens, then and only then you can judge apples. You can judge, each one. Everybody is right now is like apples and oranges. You know what I'm saying? It's unfair. But there still should be responsibility on both parties, whether you knew or you've been in the game for 20 years or not. So I'm not sitting here saying, oh, you're supposed to give a pass to Black business owners. No, Black business owners, I express this to people that I mentor. I said, you guys to work harder than your white counterparts. You have to love this, what you're doing. You have to love it to where the fact, if you don't make no money for a whole month, you're going to be all right, because you already know when this thing blows over, it's good. Now, I know for a fact the product that I'm serving, no one can touch. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact. I'm just working to get it out to the masses, because a lot of people don't know. They hear Alpha Dog. What's Alpha Dog? You know what I'm saying? And I spell Alpha Dog on purpose that way, because I knew that they wouldn't like, what is Alpha Dog? So if you see the dog part, the country's draw part, it's probably like a hot dog. So now when people come in, they coming in like they think it's a hot dog and a hot dog bun. I said, no, it's not that. We serving a piece of pita bread. So they're like, piece of pita bread? Yeah, let me show you. So show you everybody, go through my format. This guarantee you're gonna enjoy your food. You're gonna come back. So when I see people that comes 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours out of the way to come eat my food, I'm happy. I make sure that my crew don't serve nothing that you won't eat. If you can look at that food, if you came in here and you spend your money right, and you know that you won't enjoy that, don't give it to nobody else. You know what I'm saying? We must keep the integrity of the business on point. And again, I want us as a race to work together as one, because we need each other. Don't you know the Black dollar, right? You need to listen to Jeezy, Almighty Black Dollar. They break it down. They tell you, man, our money in our own community only lasts 7 seconds. 7 seconds. Whereas when we were segregated, the Black money in the Black community turned 10 to 15 times before it left out. So imagine that. The Black money stayed in the Black community. Before it leaves out of the Black community, it turned over 10 to 15 times. So that means everybody in that community benefited from that. And people don't understand that. They feel like, well, I'm going to go here because they feel like they're getting it cheaper. Like, you're not understanding what you're getting. Because sometimes getting stuff cheap doesn't mean it's good. You know what I'm saying? And, just like sometimes you're getting something expensive doesn't mean it's right either. So it goes both ways. Look at the business from the foundation up. Look at the integrity of the business. Like, you come in my store, I hear people, look, before they even get a chance to say, oh, the food good or it smells good. Oh, wow, this store clean.
Exactly.
That's the first thing I hear. This store clean. The next thing they look at my health grade. Oh, you got a 98. Oh, wow. See, those little nuances, that builds integrity, because that's letting them know, like, listen, you come up in here, this is going to be a clean spot for you to eat. You know what I'm saying? I want you to sit down, enjoy your food. If you want to take it on the go, no problem. Enjoy your food. When you eat it, tell everybody, hey, listen, Alpha Dogs, you need to go try it. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, My man Edwin is like a few other people that ever since I've been in Alpha Dogs,
Yeah,
y'all.
look, I was here. I had seen him posting. I was like, man. I said, you be going in? He's like, man, that's my spot, man. I was like, wow, this is a small world, yo. I was like, that's my man right there, yo. I didn't even know y'all knew each other, bro.
Yeah,
I forgot to tell you. I forgot to tell you, but he had hit me up with laugh. He had seen me posting. He was like, oh man, that's the spot right there.
yeah.
Bro.
Me and Evan go all the way back to middle school and stuff. So, you know,
okay.
I appreciate everybody that sends people my way and everything. In my mind, yo, we ain't gonna let them down. We're gonna make sure that they got the best experience coming up in here. If they sit here, take out their time, like, hey, go to Alpha Dogs, try them out. They all come and check it out on the strength of them. I'm gonna make sure that you get that same experience. I'm gonna make sure you get that same experience that I want everybody to have. So again, you know, the Black community, we gotta do a better job supporting each other. We gotta do a better job supporting Black businesses, minority women businesses. We need to encourage more of that. We need more representation in business in general, because the more of us, we can change the narrative on how business is constructed. What people don't understand is most of the laws and the stuff that's being passed down is being passed down through a white prism. It's not being passed down through a Black prism. So it's automatically a disadvantage for us minorities automatically, because we get opinions from a person that doesn't know what it means to be a minority. So just like your billionaires, you know, Jay-Z, Oprah, billionaires, but they are the low bottom 100 billionaires. So they really ain't making no noise. We need billionaires that's up like Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're there, you are actually changing. You are creating policies in this country. So we don't have no representations up there at all. We don't. Don't you know the top 15, the top 25 is Anglo-Saxon white men in their 60s. How is a white man? Go ahead.
That's what I argue right there, Haj. I argue that, and I be telling everybody, like, if we don't get in there, we're not helping. Like, I don't care what you got going on, but we don't get in the mix of this politics. We don't get in the mix of, like you just said, we don't start getting in the mix, we're gonna always be out the loop. You feel me? Like, and once we break certain loops of us being, you know, we had to create it and get it on our own. We open lanes up, but it's like they keeping us back from that big one, that one that's gonna be like, yeah, that's the one that, you know, they hold us back and they make us fight for it. You know what I mean? So the ones that do pass that threshold to make it there is dope, and I respect them for that. And like you said, we need more people other than Jay-Z and them on the other side of the table, not up over there where they at on the other side. You feel me?
Yeah, because regardless, we need, so, you know, that's the reason why I created all these businesses, why I'm pushing hard, because again, we need that few. Because when I first time voting was President Obama. First time really getting in depth in politics was President Obama. Why? Because I saw somebody that represent me. You know, he had the highest office in the land. You feel what I'm saying? And I was a part of that process by helping him get there. So I felt like it was a responsibility on my behalf. What can I do to contribute to not only my family, my community, my city, my county, my state? What can I do to contribute? What best version of me that I can bring to the table? So business was it. You know, having these spirited conversations and experience that I've had from a young man up until now, it's molding me up into going in this. We need billionaires, top 10, top 5, rubbing elbows with Bill Gates and Bezos. Like, hey, so when they start talking like, yeah, we need this. Oh, hold up, fellas. No. See, in y'all world, y'all do that. When it comes to minority, y'all need to look at it from this aspect. And they be like, oh yeah, you know what, son? Yo, you're right. I know because you don't know how it is to be Black. You feel what I'm saying? You don't know how it is to be a minority. So let's have a actual conversation to now we can make policies that benefits everybody. Because again, we all win. We all win as a country, as a nation, if we work together. Pitting each other against each other, that's played out. There's no need because, like I said, human nature works itself out all day long. You got those that's grinders, they're gonna bust their ass, they're gonna grind, they don't give a damn how many hours they're gonna put in, they're gonna do it without somebody telling them. Then you're gonna have something like, I don't want to go that hard, but I'll go hard enough to where I can maintain and I'll be good there. And you got some, we got them, we know them. I don't give a damn what you give them. They're gonna lose that shit, they're gonna fuck it up. See, that's human nature. You feel what I'm saying? So apply it in the business world, everyday life. Don't go out of your way to block that person from doing stuff. Help them.
And that's what I and that's one thing. That's one thing I tell people. They be like, oh, they be like, why you be doing this? Why you be doing that to people? Why you look out or why you give them this advice? Because why would I stop his blessings? Like I'm not gonna stop my blessings and stop his blessings too, because I don't deal with you or just because we not talking every day. That don't mean I can't give you some game and you probably win. I don't care if you give it back or not. I know I did something good and I'm good with that. And like my man, my brother, he'll tell you he'll keep it real with you. He'll tell you that's just how I am. I like the people around me to win because you know what I mean. Because if y'all win, I'm already gonna create some shit to make us jump off. I just need to make sure you gotta make sure the people around you is stable. If they stable, then the things could grow. Because if they ain't stable, you're not gonna be able to grow because it's gonna feel like you keep bringing the situation down, and that's a deep situation. And I know I know, bro. I know, Clark. I know you got some questions, man. Because I know he in your world, so I know he got a few questions, man. So Clark, I know you want to talk to him. So ask him a few questions, Clark. You know what I mean? I know you want to pick his brain a little bit.
Yeah, he definitely speaking my language. You know what I mean? Same shit that he's saying, the same shit I be saying when I'm out there talking to people and shit. Like I was definitely gonna say who he sound like. Like we sound similar, the same. Like for real. I mean, I did want to ask you some shit, but I don't gotta do that shit on here. Like, you know,
I mean, you give them some game, like you got this part of the thing. You gotta give people some of the game, and you don't gotta give them all that. But you know, it's a question.
I mean, on his standpoints with how he treat the business and shit like that, like I agree with I agree with majority of what he's saying. You know what I mean? He ain't really, beefing up no broccoli. Like he keeping it all 100. You know what I mean? On some real shit. Like I definitely want to, build the legacy with the business that contribute back to the community, back to the family. You know what I mean? I ain't really trying to affect the state though. You know what I mean? I dig all that. Like I understand that you can always get back to it, in your own way. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just trying to build a legacy for the family.
Yeah. And see, again, it's nothing wrong with that. Because like I said, some folks, that's where again, I feel like that I'm taking his head on because somebody got to do it. When, like I said, I was inspired by President Obama getting voted in. Like that's the first black president in our 400 plus year history of this country. You feel
That's why you wanted to go in business? That's what made you want to go in business?
That helped push that. It. So what made me want to push to be number one on Forbes? Because this is what I tell people. It's like, what you want to do? I'll say I want to be number one on Forbes. I want to be the first black man number one on Forbes. What black man that was number one on Forbes? We don't know. There's never been one. So I want to be one. So I want to inspire other billionaires. We need other black billionaires to be up in that top 5, top 10%, because if we had 1 or 2 up there, don't you know the policy making changes will be vastly different right now for people. See, right now that trickle down effect, that only affect white folks. You feel what I'm saying? If we have a couple 1 to 2 black billionaires or minority business billionaires up in that top 5 where we talking to Gates and Bezos, the whole economic change will be a lot different, because again, everything is being created from a white prism. Even from the news, when you see the news, who gets the last say of what goes out? Even though we got the black anchor that's reporting it, and we got the writer, and we got the man behind the damn camera, but at the end of the day, it's that white face that makes that content goes out of what's being played. So we need more black representation in those top end positions. Most of us like to play it safe. I don't want to play it safe. You feel what I'm saying? I want to be in position that, I can inspire some other young child a young girl, a young boy, like, you know what I'm saying? Because we need that. We can't have a bunch of us down here. We need somebody up here. That's the only way we're gonna actually bust through and get the opportunities that we want. All we want is opportunities. Don't you know?
What kind of policies you trying to change though? Like, what you mean by policy though?
Yeah, I mean, because
like civil rights and like equal fair rights, fair pay, fair shit like that.
Yeah, so that's so when Obama got him, made president, I said, you know what? I could be number one on Forbes. I just want to be up there just to touch it. Woo! Hey, y'all, I touched it. I was number one on Forbes, even if it's nothing for the day. You know why? Because I'm gonna inspire somebody else. I'm like, I'm gonna do it too. So we need that. We always symbolize, attach ourselves to the crab in a basket analogy. You see what I'm saying? Because it's so easy to identify. It's so easy that we can relate to. We need to start having conversation and stuff that we can't relate. Like, hey, we're gonna have some black billionaires, number one, number two. We're gonna have some self-made trillionaires, because they said within the next 25 years they will be self-made trillionaires. That should be some black folks up there. You feel what I'm saying? We need that. So for that to happen, somebody got to.
He said what you he said he was trying to say, like, how would you change the policies?
Well, how you change the policies? You cut their check. So some people say, oh, you should go into politics. No, you know why I won't go into politics? Because you're restricted. You know who got power? The ones who got power.
Cut the check. You as being a billionaire?
When you listen, in 2008, when the Supreme Court pretty much said you pretty much can buy an election, you put your money into election, you can put as much money on your election. That speaks volume. Let me give you an example.
All right, well, hold on, big bro, real quick, Haas.
Okay.
If we got Oprah and we got Jay-Z, they can easily talk to them other people. They can talk to Bill Gates. They can vibe with them billionaires. Why they ain't changed no policies yet? Like,
because at the
end of the day, the white man is the last layer of the policy changing. And if you don't want to change them, Jones, then they not getting changed. It don't matter who says something to me, unless you pay him off, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so now let me tell you why. That they're all billionaires. The difference is, one, he gives up half his fortune. He's still number one. The other ones, they at the bottom end. They at the top. They at the bottom end 100s. For us to have that talk, you got to be top 25. You got to be top 15. You see what I'm saying? We need billionaires up there. All our billionaires is down in the low 100s. We need billionaires that crack.
We ain't got nobody close. We ain't got nobody close. Top 15, top 20, 25, 30, 45.
No.
You gotta think, Cook. Just cause Jay-Z, they say he a billionaire, that mean he a billionaire off asset. You feel what I'm saying? It's not like he can't go grab $1 billion. He can't go. They like who he talking about? They could go grab $1 billion and move it. You feel me? When you can start moving billions, then is a different conversation. You're right.
Prime example, Bill Gates and Bezos, they've averaged 99.5. They going back and forth 1 and 2. They average $99.5 million a year, $100 million a year. So Jay-Z and them, they way down. They ain't not even cracking 20 million a year. You feel what I'm saying? See, it's levels to this shit. Even though they billionaires, there's still levels to that shit. They at the lower end of the totem pole. So you gotta get up there with Bill Gates. Look, let me tell you how powerful Bill Gates is. And he give up half his fortunes, and he's still number one. Now, this is how he's smart, and this is where the super rich get their money. See, number one, to avoid paying taxes to the government, right? What they do? They create charities, foundations here in the country and worldwide. They put their money there. Because see, if you put it there, government can't touch it. See, when we pay taxes, we giving it to the government to choose where they see fit, where our money go. See, when you get to that ladder right there, you choose where the hell you want to put your money at. Different money talk. You feel what I'm saying? I've been following these guys for years. That's the reason why I say, I got to get up there. Because, again, we have nobody of color. One, was one person of color, and he's out of Mexico. And how he's there, he's in telecommunications and have avocados. You feel what I'm saying? One minority. The rest of our known billionaires that we know, they at the bottom 100s. So when you down there, you got money, but you ain't got this money. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just like you on the block, right? You on the block, you got a pack, right? You got a pack, you making money, but that dude that's selling weight, which you gotta go see him. You feel what I'm saying? He getting all the money. So you still gotta come through him at the end of the day. See, you gotta be the man that's selling the weight. You can't be the man that's doing had a package. And so right now, Jay-Z and Oprah and them, they got a package. Even though they billionaires, they holding packages. Bill Gates and them Bezos, they selling the weight. We gotta get more people that's selling weight. We don't have nobody up there. When it comes to policy making, you know what I'm saying? They win. Now, this you said how I'm gonna cut the check. Get back to you when we was talking about the politics. In 2008, when Obama, before he came elected, the Supreme Court made it legal to donate how much money that you want to a campaign. Before then, you have to limit the amount that you donate, plus you had to put your name on it. See, now when they did that, that's where you got all these super PACs and everything being created, because you can dump millions of dollars. Don't you know it's a money maker in the election? Let me give you an example. Here in North Carolina, the General Assembly has always been Democratic since the Reconstruction. In 2008, was that 2008, 2009, when Pat McCrory won, when Bev Perdue, you know, she quit pretty much, and Pat McCrory came in, he won. Now, the family who owns Dollar Tree and Family Dollar, they are Republicans. They put their money in all the Republican races, because Tom Tillis, he was head of the General Assembly here before they put money in him to back him to go to the U.S. Senate. You feel what I'm saying? So they put their money in all the Republican races. The Republican took control of the General Assembly for the first time since Reconstruction. That's well over 300 years. You feel what I'm saying? And you know, since you help the governor gets where he gets to, you help this man, two of them get to the U.S. Senate. You help these local leaders get mayor and stuff like that. Well, guess what happened? How do they get that kickback? When it comes to certain zoning areas that you want to put your business at, you're going to put it. Where all them Family Dollars at and Dollar Tree at? Poor neighborhoods, right? They built in poor neighborhoods. Now, you starting to see a few of them in high-end neighborhoods, but Family Dollar and them is normally in poor neighborhoods. They giving them all that kickback, whatever deals that they have backdoor, they giving them that. That's why these people able to spread Family Dollar, Dollar Tree throughout North Carolina, because you know, as a business owner, you gotta go through zoning, you gotta go through all the networking channels to woozy up with the city council and all that to bring your business there. You just can't come in and set up shop. You gotta talk to somebody, let them know and everything. So if you donate into these campaigns and they win their campaign, guess who they coming back to see? They come back to see you. Why? Because your check helped them get there. Same thing here. So now here, me, why would I want to do that? Number one, I'm a convicted felon, okay? So since I'm a convicted felon, why would I want to get in that? See, if I'm doing that, I explain people, you have to make yourself replaceable. See, right now, all of us is replaceable. We got to be irreplaceable. How we become irreplaceable? Be a fixture in your community. You can do that by being an activist. You can do that by being a business owner. See, business owners have the power. You know why? Because the people that you influence that's going to go to that ballot box is the people that work for you. So if you sit here, they making sure they got a good job, they taking care of their family, they got health insurance and stuff like that. And if you say you have a little spirited conversation, say, hey, yo, you know, I think such and such should, you know, people, you know how many people gonna listen to you and go off based off what you say? Because why? They looking at like, yo, this man helping me feed my family. I'm eating because of him. See, you influence a whole community, a whole county, a whole fucking state, depending on how big you are. You feel what I'm saying? So as a business owner, Depending on how involved you are in your community, you can be the most powerful person in the state.
I get that.
Yeah, because you know how you can go to certain areas like, oh yeah, that man right there, oh he good money. Nah, you come in, I'm gonna give you another example. LeBron James.
You can't get no policy with that though.
Oh yes, you can. You can. You can change policy with that because again,
you talk about some local policy.
Nah, you can. I just gave you local. I gave you local and national. National is the Senate. National is the Senate. So if you helping somebody get to that Senate, right? That Senate seat here in North Carolina, we got two Senate seats.
All right, I got you now. I see how you tying that then.
Right. So if you help, so I just gave it to you on all three forms, from the local level to the state level to the federal level. See, they put their money in all three phases. So now, when these people get to where they get to and they win their seats, guess who they come to look at? Hey, man, thank you for that check. What can I do for you? They doing that. If you want to play the game, that's how you got to play the game. That's how you got to play the game.
That's how you try to play it?
Oh, that's how I'm going to play it. So when I go, so that's how I'm going to play it. So when I go to the governor, I'm like, oh yeah, let me get that part, please. There you go. With a stamp on that thing. Because again, if you make yourself irreplaceable, you're valuable. Because see, why would white people want to get themselves around black people? Why do they steal our culture? Because they see where they can take it and benefit from it. So now you in business, right? Why would they want to even know anything about you? First of all, how did you get this business going? And then now that you got this business going and you're successful, how can I get in on it? Money. So you got what they want, which is money. You manipulate that. You control that aspect. You just gotta have a game plan. My game plan is to uplift my community. Help as many people in my race. It doesn't have to be in my race. You can be white, black, Chinese. It doesn't matter. If you willing to learn, you want to learn, and you willing to give back and help, that's what I'm here. That's what I'm doing. And again, sometimes that I do things, I don't expect nothing in return. Because if you're doing well, based off of the information I give you, it's gonna come back one way or another. It's gonna come back. I don't worry about all that nuance and stuff like, well, I need this, I need that. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I do it out of kindness of my heart. I do this because, hey, my grandmother, she made sacrifices for us. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna make sacrifices. You're gonna make sacrifices and then not get anything in return. So we gotta learn to do things without always expecting something back in return. So when you do something right that you do expect in return, guess what? You're gonna get that. They're gonna see that. A prime example: LeBron James, when he was in Cleveland, right? When he left and went to Miami, he sucked $8 billion out of Cleveland area. They lost jobs because of him. When he came back and they won the chip, they double, if not triple, what he had lost when he left back. See, that's how we have to move. See, they have no choice but to pay attention. Now, granted, you don't have to be that big. You can be down a step low. The point is, if you're a fixture, if you're making moves in your community, you can make an impact, no matter how small or how big you are. See, I'm just taking it from a big point standpoint, because that's the game that we have to play. You know what I'm saying? If we really want change to make, somebody got to get their hands dirty. You feel what I'm saying? Somebody be like, all right, let's go. I see how y'all playing this. I want to play it too. And I see it. I want to play it too.
Is Alpha Dawgs, y'all running right now? Like, y'all still open right now? Y'all change y'all schedule up. What's y'all schedule right now?
We up. We open. We running. We let people in, sit down and everything, all that. They want to sit outside, they can do that too. So we open, we running. We go 6 days a week, Monday through Thursday from 11 to 8, Friday and Saturday, 11 to 9.
You had the anniversary. I came through. Yeah, and what was it? When was the anniversary?
October 18th. That was the year anniversary.
That's what's up, man.
I came through there.
Yeah,
he had the radio station out there and stuff like that. But this, and I appreciate you guys for real, because this the new wave I'm going at the podcast now. So it's gonna be more of just business. We're gonna have different companies, different owners. We're gonna just try to drive different ideas, and I'm gonna try to address it in a whole nother way. Sometimes you can get off track with things, like you just say, create different. And my homeboy was like, he sat down with me the other day and was like, "You ready to do it the right way this time?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm ready." I'm ready. He's like, "Bro, you wasted like 6-7 months playing with me." You feel what I'm saying? But I get it, like you say, like you got to keep curating. I was trying to find a lane. I was trying to find a way. I was trying to. Sometimes you want to do it your way.
Yeah.
And then your way ain't the way. You feel what I'm saying? Like you gotta go through the protocol. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, and again, that's not saying they touched on that. That's not saying you can't do it your way. You just gotta learn it. You just gotta learn it this way first. Then once you learn it, then you can put in your spin on.
He said it just like that. He was like, "All right, if you do it this way, the way I was trying to get you to do it at first, then the other stuff gonna be so easy because you know how to you know what to do, what not to do." And I was like, "I already know what not to do now." He's like, "Yeah, now I know what to do now." So he's and that's why I say, and like you say, like it take time, and when you and it's something I love, so it's no money behind this right now. So it's like I'm pushing it to I'm creating a platform where I could be based on just knowledge and where that grow from, and that's part of the growth, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's why we're here to do that. And I'm happy you came to do to show love. I know you got a busy day. I know you got things to do too.
It's all good. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Like I said, any way I can get the message out, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I just want to encourage somebody that probably out there like they thinking about going into business, but they scared because they feel like that they ain't gonna have the support. Like I tell anybody, if you got a dream, if you got a goal, you feel passionate about it, do it. You're gonna go in.
Man. Yo, where he been? Yo, he in my box, dog. Like he sound just like me, man.
The crazy part about it is he the reason he one of the reasons I started this podcast because he used to be on me every night. Like he wanted me to rap and stuff. Like, bro, I don't want to rap. He's like, bro, you gotta do something though, bro. Like, do something. And then I was chilling with my uncle and things like that. And I was like, they're like, yo, just talk and like just do interviews. And I kind of like one day and I got off, it just I got it. And he was just like, yo, I like you just come up there with me. You feel what I'm saying? It was more like I'm gonna push you, but I was like, nah, come with me. You feel I'm going? Like, let's just do it together. And he felt it, and we just been tagging it. Even Sheena, you feel what I'm saying? She came along and we rocked it out. And it been tough. It was tough weeks and it been tough times, but it's personal life and people got personal life. So it'd be different things going on in people's life. And and that's why I say is when we growing something, and I seen you through the pandemic and like you hustled, yo, like you went from CEO to hands-on. It was like you knew what you had to do, Haas, and that's why I say I knew this interview was more about you had something to get out, and I kind of seen it, and I was like, yo, I'm just gonna let you do you. That's why I kind of like really ain't had no questions. I let you talk, but when you came back and I started coming back to the restaurant, I started seeing you hands on. I said, oh, he real. He know what it takes. You feel what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. I got to do what I got to do, and it's something I love, and that's what you say. Like you had to get back hands on. You learn, like you say. I had to learn from my mistakes too, because I kind of like not get. You put so much work into the point where you want to just chill too, but it ain't time for that shit right now. And I'm in the same boat like with me and my business.
There's no time to chill.
Yeah, we try to flourish it, and you try to help out your surroundings, but it's just time to you got to bucket that shit in, and you gotta
be selfish.
Back, man. And that's dope what you've been doing during the pandemic. And,
Yeah, the pandemic been good to me. I ain't mad at 2020, man. You know what I mean? I know. I mean, I don't want to disrespect nobody because people done had some losses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, you thinking positive, you still grind. It don't matter pandemic, no pandemic. You still got to get up and eat. You still got to get up and move. You know what I mean? You still got somebody to feed. Can't make no fucking excuses out here, man. Never did, never will. You got to go get it.
How you feel about them stimulus checks?
Where they at? Where they at? Cause see, I'm trying to make that paper. But see, I don't care about that shit. I'm trying to make that paper every day.
Man, listen, like I explained, people, you on point about what you're saying because we've always been in the pandemic all our lives since this country this country been built. We always been in a pandemic. You feel what I'm saying? So we are resilient people. The fact of the matter is, between then and now, is we stick together. We don't stick together. It's like we have different factions group, like this group over here, first that group. We all work together. We all benefit from it no matter what. Because as a community, in worst case scenario, you can't get no job from the white folks, right? Who you gonna go to? But if you don't support me enough, I can't hire you. You feel what I'm saying? So it all goes hand in hand. We have a responsibility as a consumer.
You gotta watch. You gotta watch who you bring. You gotta watch who you bring on too, because some people come to destroy shit too. You feel me?
That's true.
I was going to say, like, a good thing about my little situation, I got a food trailer, 11 by 14, full pizza oven, like a 5-foot flat top in there, deep fryer, you know, hand wash sinks, freezers for the ices and shit, milkshake machine. I mean, I got a lot of space, but I don't. And I always like I don't work the best of jobs, golf clubs and all that fine dining, even in North Carolina type shit. But I like being under the radar. I used to work at all the steak joints. I'm talking about feeding 200, 250 people within an hour and a half, straight cheesesteak, getting them real quick. And the same thing with pizza, making 150 pizzas a day. You know what I mean? That's the kind of volume I like to keep. Every spot I used to go in, I run their job. Like I go in to take the other, whoever your top man is, I'm about to take his position.
Right.
And you gonna give it to me. Yeah. No problem. They're gonna give me the keys because they're gonna want to break. Your top man will be like, damn, I finally got somebody here that can run this shit immediately, and I can get a break.
Right.
So then I go in there and soak all the hours up. I bring my people in that normally can handle the volume. So I done built me a nice little fucking team with the kind of people that do what I do. Pizza, cheesesteaks. I can turn my back, be in Philly, and they can run the whole operation. I don't got to
see. That's the whole key right there. That's the whole key. You want people to come in that not only they want a job, but they treating it like as if that's their own. Because guess what?
I always told people to treat my business as your business, man. Exactly. I mean, I don't know if Holy ain't tell you. I make the water ices and ice cream and shit like that. I was constantly wanting people to come dive in and get into that so they can just have ices and water ices and stuff down there. But yeah, I mean, we working on that still at the same time. It never deter you. You know what I mean? It never let that shit deter you. But the people that I work with, I always say they work with me and not for me. Like I got good friends and ex-co-workers that we done been in the position that we got Super Bowl and I'm on the left side, he on the right side, and it's 10 pizzas on this order, 15 cheesesteaks on this order, the fries, 40 wings, platters, hoagies, and it's just two of it. And we knocked that shit out the box. But at the same time, we both realized that the owner is the only one making all that money. For that same hour, 2 hours that we up there busting our ass, and you're not paying us $20 an hour, but suppose you was. That means we've only made $40 in them 2 hours while we done pushed out $5,000 worth of product. You know what I mean? And you at home chilling. Yeah. I got tired of living like that, yo. So that's why, you know, I've been doing what I do. You know what I mean? I just go get it. You know what I mean? I just go get it. I don't take no for an answer. When I go in and get in the meetings, I go in there and seal the deal. Like, I'm going to be in Carolina soon with the trailer. I know we're going to build up. You know what I mean? I'm definitely going to pull up, post up. You know what I mean? I'm going to stay out of your way. I don't want to take none of your people, but cheesesteak chance, we coming in the building. I'm going to come to me and help the dog, though.
Hey, listen. I like
right here.
I eat the Italian cheesesteaks. I eat them Italian fucking chickens. I eat the vegan Jones. Holding my right here, man. That's my brother, dog. Yeah. I eat them. I mean, when he had me in the Q&A hotspot back in St. Paul,
I took him back to Jersey. He went to hippie hippo, healthy hippie over there off of Elizabeth. My cousin Mac and I took him to the joint Springfield.
Even besides that, the Alpha Dog concept with the fried hot dogs and the potatoes and the peppers and onions and that shit will win. Cheese sauce, chili, whatever you want to put on that shit. That's just the win. That shit's good. I fry all my fucking hot dogs. You know what I mean? I put them on the grill, but when I'm at the game sometime and I don't got time to put that shit on the grill, Because I got quesadillas and cheesesteaks and shit on there. I fry a whole basket of them joints. Niggas be fucked up. Put them shit right on the bun and hit them up. Fried hot dogs is a win, man. Keep grinding, boy. Keep doing it. That's a smart thing. I'm definitely, and to see the crazy thing is I can always incorporate that shit into my cheesesteaks. Because I'm gonna put a joint out and call it the Jersey joint. And just put the potatoes on that shit. Just make it Italian with the regular cheesesteak, just like that. But I seen the potatoes y'all use instead of using them crinkle cuts. Y'all use them other wide potato joints. Y'all cut them in half type shit.
We hand cutting them. Well, like I explained to
people, you hand cut the potatoes.
Yeah. So you know, because we using that, and you know, based off the potatoes, they gonna however the size of potato, that's how they cut. So that's a unique thing about our potatoes. Like they're never gonna be one particular size. Sometimes they might be small, sometimes they might be super long, but that's just how the potato came and everything. So that's one thing I like about it. You know, and me, you know, I'm like this. I'm old school, you know. I don't give a damn. You got cheesesteak, I got cheesesteak. I'm always gonna feel like my cheesesteak better, and you're gonna feel like the same way. That creates healthy competition. See, that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, we need healthy competition because that means, oh, he doing his thing. Then guess what? I gotta make sure I stay up on my thing. So if we both stay up on my thing,
you want to put your menu up.
Yeah,
that's gonna tell we got a menu war real fast. Okay, we gonna have a cook off one time. Live cook off.
I believe. I'm all for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for that. You know what I'm saying? I like that because again, you know, that shows off everybody what they have to offer, and you know, the more diverse, the more diverse it is, the better. You know what I'm saying? Because you right now you got a few big businesses that's holding down everything. They doing it on purpose because they don't want competition. Competition creates better business. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all for competition. I love it. I just, in my mind and how I operate, I don't believe nobody gonna outdo me. That's just me.
Can you make pizza, bro? Can you make pizza? I heard
I could learn. I can learn though. I can learn.
You better learn quick, bro. You better learn quick.
I can learn.
I can make hot dogs. So you better learn quick.
I ain't trying to say you need to make some pizza over there.
I think I'm gonna stay in the hot dog lane because you know, hey, that's my niche. I'm gonna stay in it. I another reason why I got in the hot dog lane.
There you go. Good thing. If you get you some pizza dough and wrap your hot dogs in the dough and then fry them.
That's what I do. Is in it. Then a piece of dough. That's a piece of pita bread.
The pita bread. Yeah, I gotta take you over there, bro.
That's not pizza dough.
That is pizza dough.
Bro, pizza dough and pita bread is two different things. I'm telling you.
I got you, but listen. Let me explain something to you. When I say piece of pita bread, it's the actual piece of dough we use. Since we cut it in half, and cut it in the middle,
pita bread, and it's not. You calling it pita because of the way you cut it?
So it's not a pita bread. It's the actual piece of dough. But since we cut it in half, and cut it in the middle and stuff everything inside of it, it's a piece. It's a pita. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pita bread. Yeah. He make it right there. He make everything right there.
So we're actually using the piece of dough. How we cook our stuff is just like how it is back home. Only difference is it's a little cleaner. Cause seeing Jimmy Buff, everything sits in the grease. Right. So ours don't. So that's the only thing. Ours clean. You know, we more like a cross between Jimmy Buff and Dickies. See, Dickies, he deep fry his, and they had a cook off one time on Food Network, and Dickie beat Jimmy Buff based off of taste wise because of that. You feel what I'm saying? So I knew coming here down south, people wasn't gonna feel that sitting in the grease part. Only people from Essex County and Newark would understand that, but everybody else, since we got a bunch of health nuts down here, that wouldn't work. So that part I didn't adopt. I changed that totally different, and I just added other stuff to it. But you know, other than that, man, yeah, I just believe anything I got, you know, it can withstand anything.
As you should. That's why this. Oh shit! What the fuck?
Yeah, but I want to get to saying about grinding though. I want to get shout out to this chick. Her name Kim. I had watched it. a documentary on her yesterday. How she started with $250, dog. Like, and she started a whole man. She had a billboard and everything, bro. Like smoke shop, a store, one. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to give her a shout out. You know what I'm saying? That was dope. I had posted that on my page. I had posted the joint on my page, but it's on Super she said, man, she said she got tired of. She said it wasn't no reason to keep asking people for everything. She said she got tired of asking people. She said she wasn't about to be getting asking people for nothing. She said Google show how to do everything from making it to getting on chance. And like she got a store, she about to get a store in the A. You feel what I'm saying? So she popping, man. Like off of the clothes and the tobacco shop in Greensboro, and it's dope, man.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give her a shout out, man, because how you say like when you was talking about stay with your grind, man. She just said I stayed with it. It's 2 years, like 2 years, 3 years. She popping, like she doing her thing. Like she said her joint is crazy, like. And you know what I mean? Her she make everything. She do cut sheets. Matter of fact, I forgot to ask. She got her own little store where she sell merch. She got the smoke shop, and then in the back of the store, she do custom shirts. And she said she did custom shirts because somebody started asking her to like make this shirt. She said she ain't know what she was doing. She just said Googled it. She said I Googled it, and she said she just started. That's how she learned. She just started making custom shirts. She said that's how she did it. And it's crazy because my little joint, my little wave of me coming up, like competition, like it's no competition. Like I be trying to tell people, you feel like it's competition, but it's not a competition because I don't hold back no information on my hoodies or what I do. I even be telling people like, yo, start a hoodie, get some merch. Cause it don't matter if I got merch and you got merch. If it's dope, they're gonna buy it regardless. They're gonna still buy it. So people in this world, man. We worry about your surroundings. We ain't got to worry about the people next to you. That ain't the people that you want to buy it. You want the people that don't know you to buy it, and that's where you win at, man. And people don't get it, and I want to give her a shout out while y'all, you know what I mean? Because it was dope. That interview dope, man, and it's dope. It's called Hood Rich. You feel what I'm saying? And it's fly, yo. And her grind was just like that. Like it just started, and it started from just going hard. You feel me? Like just go hard. You gotta go hard, bro. You feel me? Like you gotta go hard. Like you got to, and that's what my man doing. My man going hard. He left one state to go to a whole nother state and say, I'm about to just do this. And you know, people be talking. He was making it. He was talking, but he was making it work. You feel me? So you know what I mean. So
yeah, I'm very happy with what's going on, man. Because like I said, last year, Holy Super Bowl Sunday, like I said, I was up there with you cooking on the grill, selling them cheesesteaks in Carolina. And by the end of the year, now we got the joint on wheels. So, you know, God is good, man. He put you in the right place, man. You just got to stay hungry, keep grinding. Though. Holy, I've been here every day. I'm driving every day all night, son. I don't come until 5 a.m. driving.
Yeah.
All night, 250, 300 a day. I'm trying to go get it.
That's what's up. That's how I do it. That's what I was supposed to be. That's how I
supposed to be. You think I come up here Holy and fall back? Oh, got the nigga got the food truck, let him chill, made a couple of hours, let him chill, put his feet up. No. Right here driving like a madman, son. I have to go out here and drive on New Year's Eve. I'm not coming in till I make 300, son.
Yeah.
I'm about to do it for 12 hours. Exactly. But then I gotta get ready because I got that shit going down next week, yo. I ain't even put it out there, yo. Cheesesteak Chance. We're gonna be at Rose Park next week, the 8th and the 9th, and the rest of January for the football tournament. Man, it was a blessing, man. Boy put us back on for the rest of the new year, for that first month of January. So that's gonna be some good flow coming through there. Once we get back down there.
And give a shout out to you. Good.
And I got the Wobble Wednesdays. Holy, yo, the boy just hit me up for the Wobble Wednesdays from 10 to 3. I think that's one of them joint skis, like one of them stinky joints down there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm in the parking lot. I'm in a lot. I'm in a lot from 10 to 3.
Yeah.
Hey, do that's what you grinding, bro. But yeah, but on highs, man, give everybody let everybody know your location, man, and you know, so they can how to get to your IG, I mean all your tags, man. So they
Yeah,
can
I'm
really
gonna
get
look
you.
you up,
Yeah, appreciate it. Yo, Alpha Dogs, we on all social media platforms. We on Alpha Dog, Alpha Dog spelled DAWG. You find us on Facebook, Instagram, we on Twitter. Uh, we at 6209 Rock Quarry Road, Suite 102. It's in Raleigh, right next to the food line. You can't miss it. We the only one that says Alpha Dog. You see a red and yellow sign, Alpha Dog. That's where we at. And I promise you, anybody who come up in there, you're gonna make sure you get your money's worth, and you're gonna be full, and you're gonna be happy. So come on, y'all, try it, come get it. Looking forward to seeing
And
y'all.
yo, we appreciate it, Haj. And man, I trust self, man. We out of here, man. Another good day, man. Another interview, man. Haj Alpha Dog, man. You got cooked coat with cheese stick. You already know how we do, man.
I
No,
just sent it through. Yeah, y'all got an
and we
Alpha Dogs. They said Alpha Dogs in Las Vegas, huh?
Yeah, look, they had already reached out to us. I said, listen, man, they a food truck. We about to go. We going big with this. So I was see they DOG, we DAWG. You feel what I'm saying? So
okay.
all day.
All right. You already know what it
One
is. We
love.
out of here.
Hey man, thank you for allowing me to speak on your platform and share my
You
knowledge
already
with
know,
your
Haj.
listeners and your viewers and stuff. And like I said, I always encourage anybody. You got a goal, you got a dream, go for that. You ain't got to necessarily have the money all right then and there. You probably won't even know if you can get the money. But if you got a goal and dream and you believe that shit gonna work, go for it. Cause you speaking to a witness here. I just told you, Alpha Dogs, I didn't have no money. I was just going to talk just to see how much it's going to cost to get up in there. And then just after talking to him for 30 minutes, he's like, hey, I want you here. I believe in it. So I couldn't be like, nah, I ain't got it. I had to lean into that bitch like I had it. And then look, here we are. You feel me? So
That's dope right there, Haj. And we
what's up?
appreciate it, man.
No
Now,
doubt.
how you
Thank
been
you.
praying on this joint too, haven't you?
Say what?
I know you've been praying on this thing too.
Yeah, no doubt. I have. I got a lot of prayer warriors. My grandmother, she's my biggest prayer warrior. She makes sure she asks God to cover up me and me as well. So I accept all prayers. You know what I'm saying? And I pray for all my business owners, other Black entrepreneur business owners, whether you doing podcasts, whether you doing whatever. The thing about it is we need Black representation in all fields. That encourage the next wave of generations of business owners and entrepreneurs in general. We need to uplift our women, make sure they at the forefront, because again, they are the driving force in our communities as well. And as a community, stick together. We're not gonna like everybody, got it. But if you can go in and deal with some coworkers that you don't give two fucks about, they don't give two fucks about you, at least surround yourself by people that is positive vibes and shit, and just go from there. I end this 2020 has given me another year to learn something, and I learned a lot. Again, I encourage anybody who has goals, no matter what it is, be your own boss, be your own cheerleader. If a motherfucker say, yo, you sound arrogant, that means you're doing well.
Yeah,
You're doing well.
and I forgot it's New Year's Eve, man. Everybody, happy New Year's to everybody. I forgot all about it New Year's
Yeah,
Eve, man.
no
Interview
doubt.
was so dope.
Get it, boy.
Yeah, man. Happy New Year's. Everybody be safe tonight, man. Y'all be safe for real, man. Like y'all already know what it is right now. Everybody didn't get that money, so be careful. Everybody didn't get it yet, so y'all be careful out there
Yeah, no
tonight,
doubt,
man.
no doubt.
Man, be safe for real, yo. We gonna check out right now, man. We out of here.